last year ahead of this guy's major, essentially, right? You want Torshi in top form, you want MOUZ hitting hard. This is a team that have constantly been shooting for silvers, second, third, fourth placings. Chengdu, the time where that changes, they would do a serious service to themselves here if they could lock in semi-finals today.
Yeah, quite a run here for MOUZ to go through phase as quick as they did, to take down Vitality in a hard overtime bout. All three maps went the distance with a comeback, and now to take on FURIA in fighting form. Not going to be easy by any means, but proof is in the pudding. They've had a great group stage run so far. FURIA, recent events have been excellent. Let's see how long they can keep it up. Straight into this pistol, exertion up banana, and look at him go. Whoa!
I mean, that's just lovely from exertion. You've been teed up to win this right there. Looking to get off to a hot start. They've got to get past yuurih. He's the only guy over here at A, and he's got the entire MOUZ team to worry about. They run him down. And so that 3K is not in vain.
No. Perfect.
It would be hard to get 3 in the pistol like that and then go on to lose it. And so MOUZ don't.
Kinder on the way out, just looking for some damage, a bit more money. They're going to be sidelined by Torshi, and MOUZ take that pistol. Inferno, they're picking this series. Overpass for FURIA, Train, the decider. We've got quite an interesting veto for this game as well. 2 very strong picks. Frequently played. And a matchup we've had many times this year, but only recently FURIA have managed to break through and take it.
Kind of like a sign there, like xertioN weren't even hyped up after the 3K, just kind of gave it a little subtle nod. He's like, yeah. But he's expecting more of that in this game.
Well, he knows he's going to reach resistance, right? I mean, look at that Vitality game where it felt like at times many teams wouldn't have held their mental together in some of the situations MOUZ were in. And the fact that they were able to pull back so many disadvantages, claw back in those overtimes against such a formidable opponent, especially such a familiar one that has beaten them in so many games. So MOUZ must feel like this is their tournament now. Not just given last year's history, but some of the wins they've taken already. Playing on the stage from day one.
Yeah, and I think that helps a team like MOUZ. On top of that, you know, this idea that they've had a... Ooh, that's rough. But it's all well and good. Should be around for MOUZ. Pretty much as good as done. But yeah, you know, for a team that have kind of come so close, I think it's kind of hard to get hyped up. You know, like making semis, making quarters, that's par for the course for this MOUZ team now. Sure. You know, like the only thing I think that's really going to get them hyped, that really plays on the emotions, is trying to get your hands on a trophy and feel like you break through. And they don't have much time left to kind of show they can do that ahead of the major. So I think, you know, there's actually a lot riding on this tournament for this team. It would be the perfect time to come through. We've talked to no end about how stacked Chengdu is, right? 9 out of the 10 top squads here. Almost all of the teams in attendance being ones that you'll face down the line at the major.
And only 6 spots in playoffs as well, as is per usual for IEM. So there's a lot of punish coming through these groups. Not all the best teams can make it. There will be some notable omissions.
So, you know, it's like, this wouldn't be like you show up to a tournament where you kind of are a heavy favorite and... yeah, you know, you win the trophy, but you were supposed to. Like, that's how a lot of, you know, that's how the MOUZ trophy this year almost feels in a way. You know, this would be taking down stacked opposition.
Yeah, I mean,
and doing it on the dawn of the major, essentially.
I mean, there are 4 very strong teams that had their eye on the trophy, certainly, at this event. And, well, 2 of them are in the server right now. That was a really unlucky flash last round for yuurih. You feel like if that bounced better, FURIA might have had a chance, and so they'll give it another go with a full B stack after saving these weapons. 4 players in position, yuurih alone with no block. Danger here is you see a lot of teams overcook, Harry, with the 4 smokes or 3 smokes. If they just cycle them, MOUZ might fall back, but it does look like MOUZ want this bomb site. I don't want to see FURIA block at this point. Will MOUZ just walk in to this stack? Oh, okay. And now it's just xertioN. And if he gets the info, they can leave, but MOUZ do want to commit. One player spotted, 2 down, and xertioN's entries hit hard. Forget the stack, MOUZ make mincemeat of it.
Yeah, I mean, this is already looking like we're going to have a great xertioN game. Big 3K in the pistol, another multi-kill here. Up against the stack. And so FURIA, they've been waiting to bring out the guns. Their time's coming. And, you know, because MOUZ have been on this little streak to open up, we've been looking at them. But also, I think it's well worth mentioning and talking about this FURIA team who have been having a tremendous year. It's been super sick to see. I think the signs were there almost straight away, thinking all the way back to Astana, the debut tournament with this team. You could see the potential. And there's a lot there's kind of a lot to enjoy about this FURIA squad. Molodoi, obviously a huge talking point in his rookie year on the AWP, looking fantastic.
Yeah.
Able to rival some of the best AWPers in the world. But, you know, looking at yuurih, his resurgence after his stock plummeted in the Liquid experiment, coming back, finding form in this FURIA team. And then when you look at the 3-man Brazilian core, KSCERATO has had a string of really, really good tournaments. He's a huge X-factor piece in this team. You know, him and Molodoi really do kind of set the bar for just how high they can go, and KSCERATO's looked fired up. It's been great to see him kind of have that, can't think of the word, like, yeah, it's not even resurgence, more just like reason to believe. He's no longer like grinding with the squad with diminishing results, you know? He's got every kind of reason to step up and rise to the occasion.
Picking up top trophies late in his career, right? We've seen other players in that conversation like Aurora
and this was a guy that, like, you were worried, right? That he might just end up kind of squandering it away not too long ago.
Want to leave and go international on other teams, so the international came to him.
Yeah.
That's before you mentioned Fallen and his changes, but we can go all on about that later. For now, it's MOUZ going for a pretty decisive A split. All 5 in, Spinks gets that entry.
Why not make it a double?
Why not make it a round? No getting back in here.
Okay, then, screw it. Let's go back to where we were. Let's talk Fallen. Because for me, actually might be one of the coolest parts of the whole FURIA team.
We see these role changes. Like people like, oh, Apex, he went from entry fragger to in-game leader, but this is an even bigger switch of position. This is a, you know, an in-game leader AWPer who's given away the AWP to a young star. And I love the story when he talks about it. My God, they're getting absolutely slammed right now.
No, dude,
when he talks about playing Molodoi for the first time and going, oh, this guy's a real deal, I actually want to just give up the AWP right now.
Yeah. No, you know, on top of that even, it's just been great seeing him have that kind of, that drive again, right? This was a guy who for years, like, felt like every year, he kind of just teased you with the prospect of, oh, retirement's looming. It was kind of feeling like the sun was setting on Fallen a little bit. But nothing has put that spark, you know, that fire back in his eye as being in this team, right? Now seeing that he's got the roster around him, that they have the potential, that they can get results. And it's been fantastic. I think CS as a whole is just better off with Fallen in it in good form. Because he's been calling some absolutely fantastic games. Someone who's a real master of pacing. It's something the desk were talking about, you know, like when to pick up the pace, when to go for those very jarring pace changes. Always loves to get in the head of his opponent. Just a very entertaining captain to watch. And he has been in peak form as of late.
Well, he's going to have to call them out of this, Harry. And I don't know how you do, because not only are MOUZ 4-0 up, xertioN has been at the forefront of every one of these fights. And he is looking very sharp right now.
He's going to lose his armor. Shout out MC one time for that addition.
We'll see
back at EPL.
I mean, a good grenade would get rid of it completely. Although a good Mag 7 could take his head off. Can Fallen find the shot? Boost up, they can check right down. Easy kill, xertioN survives, not a bullet down. There's the nade. 4 on 3. No worry right now for MOUZ. xertioN's given them 2 entry kills.
Yeah, but they might still go walking into this stack. FURIA remains stubborn in their setup. They keep Molodoi out here in top mid. He's got yuurih nearby floating around, and they're even bringing KSCERATO over. There's the peek out in the mid. Molodoi gets away with one. Do they commit to this? They're going to have to. They've got 25 seconds here, and the play up through short. Smoke down on long, so KSCERATO's out of the picture for the time being. And there's Jimmy on a swing to seal the deal on that round.
And I know we did the armor thing of Pro League, and I know people are over it, but also he had 77 health and 9 armor, and the nade one-hit him. So yeah. I think even just that mechanic is interesting, because if he had full armor, the nade, you know, a nade will take down the same armor as it will health. The nade would not have killed him if he had full armor. So kind of just an interesting dynamic here. Either way, it's MOUZ 5-0. They don't care. xertioN gets him a double kill up Banana yet again. And FURIA now come back with a full buy round, and they really need to hit hard coming into this second rifle, because MOUZ have absolutely come to play here, looking for a semi-final.
Yeah, and you got to love what you're getting out of Dorian, Berman. xertioN topping the charts, kept it up ever since the pistol round. You know, I think it's something you want to see, especially in games like this where they've been playing, you know, tough opponents. Vitality into FURIA. You've gone through, or at least attempted to go through, two very, very tricky teams. And xertioN is very much, you know, one of the culprits for the players that go missing in these important stage matches. Someone who, at his peak, can just dominate games single-handedly. But as a result, you feel his absence that much more in those, you know, semis, finals, whatever it may be, when he goes missing.
Absolutely. And for the first time, falls first. 4-1 on opening duels.
Good duel.
Yeah, but maybe 8-1, Harry, because it's the amount of doubles he's given us. Fallen takes that entry kill and falls back. Spinks has to re-clear bottom Banana. And FURIA sit with 2 inside of the bomb site. yuurih holding a flashbang for Fallen. This is a risky position, could just get full spammed. Flash to force it. Fallen finds the AWPer. Spinks, I mean, if you saw that game against Vitality, this guy was an absolute beast, especially on CT side. Some multi-kills towards B. Some Joker plays on the third rotate. Does find a gap through the molly here, but they know he's in position. Calling for that bomb now. Needs a smoke and spawn to isolate yuurih, who has fired off a shot. Spinks is trying to use that info and take this site. One kill could absolutely open up this round.
Nade's good. yuurih's deaf as they close in on him.
Oh, nice.
KSCERATO gets there in time to stop it from getting weird. And so finally, FURIA going to get on the board. It takes them a little while to get going. Helped out massively by those openers that have fallen over towards Banana.
Yeah, for sure. Still looking to commit even late in the round. In a risky position, Fallen gets a double out of it, drops the AWP as well. So reinvestment for MOUZ. FURIA, the chance to build here on this CT side. yuurih's going to rush down mid. He has bought 0 utility. So he is fighting off of spawn. Looking to force an opening kill, but 2 players on his screen. He still takes 1.
Getting that util used up over here at B. And they'll just leave xertioN to hang around. He loves this little spot. Not uncommon to see him play there. Good little anti-flash position for the retake util. A move that FURIA do like to employ. But they leave top Banana and look to focus their attention on this A site. This is a very reactive round from FURIA, right? They're not being proactive in the approach. They're sat back in a 2-2. And I don't mean the thing you wear for, is it ballet?
Sure.
They're, as a result, kind of hinging on these individuals putting on a show. And with Molodoi so blind out in mid, not a shot fired as he calls the bluff on the push. Leaves it all onto yuurih. He's dead straight away.
Yo, what's up? I mean, Molodoi, maybe sometimes you eat a flash and you don't think that's the commitment, right? And you think, hey, it's just an info flash, whatever. But there was 30 seconds on the clock and MOUZ were taking mid-control and apps. Like, there's no way they're not swinging on the flash. I thought he'd either fire or fall back. He could have walked away a couple steps, re-peeked after the flash, but he just stays in the open. Curious move for Molodoi, and yuurih gets caught on the wall in pit. So it's a really ugly round, to be honest, from FURIA on the A-hold. MOUZ just, again, making it look easy. I think one thing is, as well, you know, mentioned Spinks on this map against Vitality. I think Brolin also had just an excellent series against Vitality as an individual. And so seeing him performing as well, big double kill on the A entries. KSCERATO gets 2 to save. But yeah, on the 2 maps that MOUZ won, Brolin was a huge part of it.
I think maybe you're sounding some alarm bells already. FURIA just look a little off right now, right? Don't look like the team we're used to seeing. There's also a crazy amount of frustration on MOUZ, I will comment. Like,
really?
Saw Brolin get frustrated.
Yeah.
Torshi there with a death slam on the back of the mid push. Guys, you're comfortably winning this game right now. Double AWP purchased up. Fallen gonna don it alongside Molodoi.
I think they just know it's bound to get harder at some point. You'd assume so, right? This game is never easy. Teams at this level hardly ever stomp each other, especially on a map that you know that FURIA have a good bit of comfortability on. So maybe MOUZ expecting more fight, knowing every round's importance. Got a full exec here on A to speed it up.
Yeah, trade out over towards mid, but yuurih again kind of in the hot seat now as he's got a bunch of players coming up through short, left trailing behind on the first, and that leaves an easy trade. They break through, find this 3-on-2, and if no one dies, you've done enough to win the round. As I was saying, you know, FURIA just feel a little off, not quite as commanding as you're used to seeing here. Individuals lagging behind on their shots, some weird choices. And on top of that, you know, this is a head-to-head we've had a couple of times with these iterations of the roster. It's not a crazy amount. I think it's twice. And Inferno's come up in both of them. Now, one, it was a win for FURIA, cleanly so. The other, it was a very, very close affair that MOUZ just managed to close out. Usually, these are very competitive games, is the point that I'm trying to put across.
Yeah.
It was the Cologne quarterfinal culminating on Inferno. FURIA losing out by 1 round.
Yeah. All 3 of the series this year have come pretty tight. Only one of them being a 2-0. That was FURIA at London.
Yeah, that third one you're referencing, I think, is with the Brazilian lineup for FURIA.
No, at London.
Yeah, don't worry. It's all good. Here we are.
7-1.
7-1.
Can never get away from it.
It always comes up.
The German org be the Brazilians.
It always comes up.
It always happens.
Does always come up. So you had to bear that in mind. In a way, we were destined to get to this scoreline.
Now the game gets normal, right? Oh, or does it? He can do full tanks the molly. He still gets a kill, but he does burn. But the burn man, Harry, Dorian himself, not looking to push through that smoke. Nade hits him hard. He's going to boost up the AWP, but right now, FURIA making a bit of a gamble. KSCERATO late to rotate, leaves just Fallen in this B bomb site. They are going to start to hedge their bets, but uncertainty on this CT side. And these are the worst moments to be in on CT Inferno, these 4v4s, where you almost feel like you have to gamble because you don't have information. It's early enough in the round. The MOUZ can still play with you. They can walk a player out of apps. They can walk a player into B. They can try and uncover the stack, or they can just full exec one of your sites and you have 4v2.
Even though these moments are very uncomfortable, it's usually where Fallen does a good job of reading the game, right? Here, though, he's going to get outmaneuvered. He's going to get out-positioned. They poise over towards B. That's where the stack takes shape. Molodoi left alone in the A-hold. But you think about the last time they were in this situation and they played that 2-2 split between both sides, and there just kind of wasn't enough resistance. So yeah, you have to take the gamble. Now you've got to hope that Molodoi can put on a show. Is the man for the job. First shot lands. Been a very, very slow start from Molodoi. But who knows, maybe this could be his round. They're out through the apartments. And they're going to start to farm. Tag from Fallen, but not the kill. And so a done deal for sure, as this continues to be a ludicrously one-sided game.
Yeah, impressive play from MOUZ, really just staying very tight. No one ever giving away solo advantages. In these slow 4v4s, they're punishing because MOUZ are playing them perfectly. Grouping and execing as for every single time. And never giving over. You know, Spinks on alert. Not that he's known to be too aggressive or xertioN walking into B alone. And it certainly helps when xertioN is getting you this much entry power. First 4 rounds or so, finding the opening kill, if not double. Got some Torshi fans in the house tonight for sure. And I can't blame you, but he's not even had to get going on this AWP. 3 and 4. As FURIA just fall through the floorboards.
Action out towards Banana. And a push in the apartments. Far more proactive start from FURIA. So they try to take a bit of ownership over this round. It's ended up even. And you might feel like you have to keep following through with this aggression as a result. Molodoi will oblige as he walks the apartments. Goes right into Jimmy, who was really but a second away from getting timing there. Looked like he was ready to depart the angle.
Yeah. So ratty for Jimmy. He pushes Abs, gets a kill, pulls all the way back. And so Molodoi surely just thinks, hey, he's reset. He's gone back to join his team at Banana where they got the first entry of the round. Jimmy given a second kill. And now he does exactly what they thought. Regroup, hit this B bomb site as 3. And I think even if FURIA made the gamble and put 2 here, MOUZ still wouldn't care. They're going to go for it anyway. They've got the perfect util, 2 smokes, molly, flash. Don't even need that spare smoke. Assuming all is played right, yuurih will get locked out unless he picks a different position. So he edges his way into B. MOUZ are going to contact, 25 seconds. yuurih jiggling in the open. It's just a perfect entry again from xertioN. This is xertioN in form. And this is a very hard MOUZ to put down. 15 seconds, plant to be covered. And KSCERATO just lost saving. Every player on MOUZ doing their job. So much so that there's no room for Torshi to even play.
Bro, guys, you need to up in energy, please. And play for team.
It's not a great sign from FURIA.
Well, yeah, I mean, dude, but you can kind of... Molodoi's right. You can feel that it's just lacking all the usual FURIA style and energy is the perfect word.
Yeah, the one
I don't know what it is. You don't know if it's like a bad night's sleep or something like that, but they do not look like themselves. And on the flip side, MOUZ have come into this in fighting form from the get-go.
Yeah, the 1 round FURIA of 1 is when Fallen gets boosted top Banana, kills xertioN, goes back to a car late in the round, gets flashed in by yuurih to make a play. Active moves from FURIA. And sure, I guess they tried it in this round. They had an aggressive app setup. 3 players played through the apartments. But Jimmy, passive and punishing. And MOUZ 8-9 now, 9-1 up. Another buy for FURIA, just throwing themselves at MOUZ.
yuurih is alone here. Holds on for the first 2. Finally, something for FURIA.
Very nice.
Quick trade on in the rifle. Can yuurih be the hero that offers up just a tiny bit of resistance down the half here?
his every step, but he doesn't want to get spammed. He's already low. Wants a guarantee of this kill. Team flash, not ideal. Careful. And so FURIA will call it off eventually. They have no smokes on this B-bomb site. No smokes. Or rather, you can just pick one up, so might be able to save themselves in B. MOUZ have only one of their own. Can MOUZ find a way back in? They've lost a lot of their entry power. It's the closers now. Flash ready. In they come.
I'm pretty slow with it.
Nice.
There's that counter flash out of FURIA. That's more like it. Only Torshi left to stop. He's got 15 seconds here and a 1v1 if he wants to get this bomb planted. Bomb's been left back at Banana, so even if he gets this kill, I don't think he's got the time to win this. And just playing a delay, it's fallen.
Okay, that's more like it for FURIA.
Yeah.
Just good util, good team play. yuurih with a double flash. First one, nothing. Second one, triple peek from the site in CT. And all of FURIA swinging together. Even Fallen gets laid up on that last fight. So great to see some more team play coming down at the end, but ultimately you are just scratching for rounds right now. MOUZ have won the half.
Yeah.
More so. More than won the half.
They dominated the half.
Anything but won the game, basically, at this point. They've set themselves up perfectly.
No, and I think, you know, the thing that also stands out to me is it feels kind of wild even that it was Molidoy who had to call attention to the fact that they don't feel right, you know? Like, he is far and away the least experienced player on the roster, and it falls to him to kind of be the one to point it out, but it looks like it works, at least. Far better looking round out of FURIA. Helped out massively by the yuurih double out towards Banana.
He's still doing his thing, right? He's been doing a single game. He's been very aggressive. He's done his pushes down mid. He's played through the Banana util. He started at car. yuurih just feels like he's up to his usual business. MOUZ going to allow Banana this time, not wanting to get multi-killed back at the half wall. As util flies. Kindar once more. And it's very quiet, so they rotate out, realizing that this might just be the A attack in the final round of the half.
And, you know, this would feel kind of galvanizing if you're FURIA, at least. Like, it's not many rounds, but at least now you've had a correct stack in the right place. You just hope it's enough to win it out. Backstab for Jimmy, though, will complicate matters. And so even though MOUZ go in to this four-man stack, triple mid setup, they might just get out with the round regardless. And that hurts. FURIA have been getting outmaneuvered in this first half. A little sleepy to start things off in this game for the semis. And they finally have the right read. They finally have everyone in the right place, and it still doesn't matter. MOUZ just hit harder. yuurih's been the 1 point of output, really. But a very unlikely 1 versus 3. They hear him step over here at Moto, and that should be a done deal. Triple swung. MOUZ with a runaway T-side come gunning for those semi-finals.
pure domination for MOUZ at the end of the first half. 10 rounds on the T side of Inferno. It is their map pick, but it's no stranger to FURIA. That being said, they are not here today. Not in this first game at least. Going to have to look to Overpass to pull it back on their pick unless they start now with a pistol round. Nothing in this game screams that FURIA are here for it. Semi-finals on the line, and MOUZ looking to make a dash for it.
Yeah, and you know, what a time to do it. Head of the major, you get a game like this as well. After besting Vitality, you come up against FURIA, who have been having a fantastic year, been in good form, but just seemingly absent in this matchup. It's like, yeah, seize this opportunity, MOUZ. It's going to make your run that much easier. They also have a bit of a score to settle in Chengdu, made the final last year. Ooh. Oh, Jimmy
bailed out.
Gets down, bit of help from his friends, and Spinks, alongside Torshi, absolutely nailed that apps push. And you can even kind of see in the cams, man, like, MOUZ, they've shown more emotion and more frustration at a 10-2, about to be 11-2 game than FURIA have on the receiving end of it. It looks like this might end up being one of these like series for quarters or semis where you're thinking to yourself, just thank goodness we're already in the playoffs. You know, like that's quickly becoming the vibe.
Oof. Ice cold for MOUZ. Jimmy bailed out by his team. And FURIA don't even get their foot in the door, let alone out of the apps. 11-2, and you've just got to force buy. FURIA don't really have a choice in the matter. And MOUZ, who are looking at a very legit run, not only taking down the previous year's victors in that opening game, albeit in a very different form, that being FaZe, but defeating their nemesis of Vitality in a 3-map affair, and now going on to take out a top dog in FURIA. Right now, #1 in the world on the ranking. In a fashion like this, you have to hold some faith for FURIA on Overpass. I think the big issue is you're going to be starting T-side on that second map. It's not going to make your game any easier. Oh, that's nice. yuurih's been the one ray of light in this game. He's had a couple of multi-kills, been out on his own a lot of the time. This one, no exception. Caught after one. Bomb coming in. Careful. That's the bomb on Fallen. What's going on?
Yeah, and like, you know, this is what I'm saying, where it's just, it doesn't feel right.
No.
It does, you know, this is not, FURIA wouldn't be where they are this year if this was how they look, if this is something that happens. Like, it just kind of feels, you know, this isn't a choke. This isn't anything of the sort. It's just like,
a bad day
they never got going. No one is online. Nothing's really working. You're just kind of trying to get to the end of the game is what it feels like.
Yeah, I don't think Fallen knew he had the bomb, and I don't think I've ever seen Fallen make that mistake, right? Like, it's just an abnormal game here for FURIA.
Which is, you know, it's always weird when you get something like this. You're so used to seeing really all teams like always at their best, really trying competing at top form. And for a team like FURIA, who you've seen a hell of a lot this year, going on better and better runs, finding success, lifting trophies, you know, it feels like a huge fall off. But man, like no one, even when we just look at them sitting there, like no one looks thrilled to be here.
Yeah, I don't want to say teams give up, because they never do, right? You see some insane comebacks, but I don't think anyone in FURIA right now is believing in a comeback, and neither am I. MOUZ.
And so MOUZ, you know what?
Yeah.
It's just like, take this, go for it, run away with this series. You've kind of been given the green light to do so. They showed up in fighting form from round one. Some stellar stuff from xertioN, and as the game's gone on, more and more players have arrived for MOUZ.
And it's gotten worse for FURIA, but I also don't want to entirely take it away from MOUZ, because I actually think the first couple of rounds where like xertioN's getting these multi-kill entries just looked insanely sharp.
Yeah.
I've seen xertioN disappear on stage games. Today is not one of them. He has looked really, really strong individually. Everyone has pulled their weight. Jimmy is 12-4. He's been one of the more problematic players for MOUZ in this year alone. And so I don't want to even just entirely take this away from MOUZ. I think they force this mindset of FURIA at some point in the game. You have to hope FURIA can walk away and reset for map 2. Because I assure you, MOUZ have this in the bag. 30 seconds for FURIA to try and make something happen. It's going to be the A-pop. Ooh, misread. All right, best betted around here, 2v5.
All right, Torshi spots 3 coming up short. There's only 10 seconds left, and that bomb just gets dropped out in the open. They're going to be able to get it in time. Plant should be found here as FURIA look to extend play. They've got to get through this 3-on-3.
Give it a go, man. I feel like MOUZ want to play it safe in these moments, but at 12-2, you've got them on the ropes. Why not throw one more punch? High flash goes over. Brolin's quite late in the apartments, and Spink's coming out on the long side with xertioN low. Someone needs to force that first kill. And in the open, yuurih caught sleeping. Spinks follows up. There's only KSCERATO. They've got him boxed in the corner. There is nowhere to go, but still he finds a kill. There's enough time for the defuse, and MOUZ just make it happen. Simply done. 13-2. Even winning a retake like that is a sign of the times. Domination from start to finish. xertioN, star of the show, and FURIA with a hard reset coming into map 2.
Now the chance at a clean finish over an out-of-form FURIA.
Yeah, #1 team in the world right now, FURIA. Time to play like it. T-side of Overpass. No one's best friend. But it's do or it's die. It's quarter or it's semi-final. As MOUZ look to make another run here in China. T-side with a lot of util here for FURIA to be expected. They're going to head B-ward bound. Instant heaven smoke being lined up by Fallen. Going on second timing. yuurih probes middle first, looking for contact, but heavy toilet stack here for MOUZ. The sooner FURIA go, the better. It's only Jimmy at B. They want to give yuurih time to find contact. Oh, they hear him running back as well. They're going to start rotating.
All right, Jimmy, what do you got? He is the only man here, the only one who could do anything. First shot connects, the backstab denied, and actually xertioN mopping up yuurih on that route back round for a mid. Is it really going to be another strong start from the pistol out of xertioN? 2 kills already, and Molodoi shut down. MOUZ are off to the races.
Perfect setup. Jimmy still able to get one. Drops his smoke defensively. Really like that. Not trying to block a choke point, just trying to buy him a few seconds in the site. And because they heard yuurih fall back and realize what was going on, xertioN hits the perfect flank to find a double kill. Even checking yuurih in spawn. Beats him to the B side. Really nice stuff from MOUZ. Knowing exactly where to go and how to get there. 8 falls a bit short, but in this round, so does the buy. FURIA have 1 deagle. MOUZ should not have a problem here in this second converting. Of course, FURIA just trying to gun round, maximize. Short water control for MOUZ as well. They've got everything they need. Triple top sight.
Yeah, really not too worried here. FURIA looking to walk into the stack. Where things maybe could get weird is if they're able to get past Brolin, kind of fight these players over on short, but they just don't really have the firepower to make it threatening. And so, a nice little 4 alive finish potentially for MOUZ, providing they can knock out Molodoi, and they'll do exactly that. Good hold for Torshi and Spinks. Never gets too awkward, never gets too weird, and now the guns come out for FURIA.
One more kill for Torshi would have enabled an AWP in this round. He really would have liked that, but 3 is all he gets. And MOUZ will have to wait a little bit longer as FURIA come through with this buy. Got to set a real precedent early in this T half here for FURIA, because if they don't win this first gun round, we might just see another walloping. MOUZ with all the momentum in the world. Nikita runs through the smoke, but final bullet on that spray. It was messy at best, ugly at worst. Both players whiffing, but Spinks gets that last shot. Disastrous. Oh, yuurih, he'd love to go up further, but got to wait for that Molotov, and xertioN's right here. He even whiffs as well. Oh dear. Disaster strikes here for FURIA. Oof.
Yeah, really not the start you wanted after the beating on Inferno. Just a series of missed opportunities, awkward timings, lineups. Ugh. Very, very ugly stuff. Clean finish for Bro. Lovely shot.
Yeah. 3 kills for the captain in that round. I really feel for yuurih. He just moved his mouse off of that player in the smoke. He was there the whole time. Just couldn't move. He had a molly in the way. I can't believe this fight. I mean, Nikita should be winning it, right? Has the drop. Has Spinks caught off guard. And this one is sickening. All right, bit of a speedy round here for FURIA. Maybe they can catch him off guard with pace. Oh no. Armed Molodoi, he needs to hand that over. He's got no armor.
I mean, this could have been a good round for FURIA, right? The pace, the puffing their chest up over on A and drawing rotates, but that jump spot there spotted a bunch of players. Bomb now been seen as well and dropped over towards Monster, so Rotate's going to start shuffling down. The task is only getting harder with each passing second. Ooh, it's a little rough out of xertioN, not going to lie. KSCERATO able to get past him. Brolin's backstab comes in and keeps the pressure on, and Molodoi gets sandwiched. It's a good recovery out of MOUZ in what was becoming a surprisingly awkward round, considering the info they picked up. Can't get away from this feeling. Said at map 1, this is quickly building into one of those games of a FURIA. You're just thinking, thank goodness.
We're in the
quarterfinals anyway.
Oh dear, it's a horrible feeling, but yeah.
We were even talking in the break, and I said it feels like, you know when you have those days where it just feels like you're staring almost past your monitor. You're looking at it, but you're not dialed in.
Full autopilot.
Yeah, exactly. You're just kind of going through the motions.
Oh, I love this. Flash the swing down connector, but yuurih is very passive. Water taken again. No threat in this position all game from FURIA. That's a nice kill. KSCERATO creeps into the angle. Spinks is still in connector, but Jimmy's just spammed 2 through the smoke from short.
Yeah, and
you're getting lucky now, MOUZ.
Here's the other thing, is like, and this is where we said, you know, FURIA don't look like themselves, but MOUZ are looking fantastic. And you're hearing that in the comms, you're seeing that in how they play, and they're getting these like strokes of luck go their way where even if you were in great form, that double kill from Jimmy on just a random spam is enough to ruin a round anyway. Let's see if FURIA can dig themselves out of it, as they've clawed their way back into a 3-on-3, so not impossible here.
2 nice shots from FURIA in this round. yuurih comes down connected to a group with his team. And so it's not out of the realms of possibility. The bomb, though, if it goes up, Harry, molodoy might be in trouble. Oh, no. Oh, good flick for molodoy, but there's still the open toilets. Does he go back?
Yeah, yuurih just took space on B, right as Jimmy rotated away. And so that bomb can come back around. Now, Torshi's going to hear this, and when you hear the bomb last second rotate, you're going to expect a lurk here, especially with yuurih still alive. Jimmy, if he drops the bomb...
Got thrown across.
But still closing in. Round far from safe, and they are boxing yuurih in. It's all on KSCERATO.
And they've heard him.
They know where he's coming from. Done. Bomb's not planted for him. Should be no way to win this, and so MOUZ 5-0.
Oh, I like the idea there for FURIA, right? They made the best of it. It's just, again, it's one of those rounds where they're making a rotation, but MOUZ have such advanced position, they hear the rotate, and so no fake for FURIA is going to work. It's actually their undoing. If KSCERATO's with the team there, they have better odds, right? yuurih doesn't need to panic on the plant. He can move, he can, hold his own, but he has to rush that kill because he knows he's being flanked. And it's all because Torshi and Toilets heard the bomb rotate B after the fake. KSCERATO doesn't get to lurk well because the bomb is not open. And MOUZ is just all working out right now. They are playing great. Undeniably. 6-0 for Torshi. He was the one player who felt like wasn't even required back on Inferno. Well, now he's delivering on this CT side. And xertioN's pre-holding the boost. Oh, dear. Can't catch a break, FURIA. You mentioned the comms. Oh, wait. Oof. Nice shot. Again, KSCERATO 5v4. You mentioned the comms because we heard those little voice packages after the map. For FURIA, it's just kind of mumbly.
Yeah.
MOUZ, it was the most high energy I've ever heard.
Yeah. I mean, their comms always are. Like, MOUZ are a super hyped up team. There are times where, it's even gotten in the way before, right? But, like, I think more often than not, it's a good thing. There's really no such thing as talking too much, in a sense. There is, but like not with how MOUZ are communicating,
better
right?
Than the alternative.
It's flowing, everyone's hyped up, you're gunning for the semis, you're feeling really good, you're playing a good game. Let's see if they can recover this one. They've lost 2 players at the hands of KSCERATO, who has been instrumental at getting these openers. They've got 1 flash from Torshi to play out.
Oh no.
And Spink's gonna nail that first kill. They close in on him, he gets out with a double and a dink down range. He's done a lot of damage here. Torshi, this nade could find yuurih when he goes to plant the bomb. Just falls short, and that could have done it. But FURIA finally get on the board, and it's all on the back of these KSCERATO openings, man.
God, yeah, that nade, if that lands, yuurih dead, 20 seconds. There's a world there for Torshi, but just clips the fence. NT, what was a 3-on-5, but KSCERATO's entry kills are going a long way right now.
No, and the other thing I'll say about those comms is, like, usually FURIA comms dominated a lot. You have, like, Fallen doing a lot of the talking, very, very vocal, and that was still kind of there. But everyone else is chiming in. Usually it's high energy, good energy, molodoy being super vocal, calling his shots. There was none of that in the comms that we heard. There was absolutely none of it. It just sounded flat, sounded low energy. And we even heard that from molodoy midway through the game, where he requested, guys, we have to bring the energy up.
Oh, Brolin's just the king of spray down multi-kills in this series. He is not going to get out. But do they know about Torshi? I think, or Spinks, they should, but how deep he's gotten might be the surprise. He's walked all the way through. Even now, doesn't want to make the play. And yeah, the comm is here. Hey, we've lost this guy. He must be in playground. He couldn't have gotten out. So KSCERATO comes into clear. Nice shot. If Spinks kept pushing earlier, he would have had that kill. KSCERATO was watching Fountain. And now FURIA again, another chance, another 3v3, regroup back to B.
Yeah, weird things about the fights coming in so early and in this position is like you don't really get a lot of info from it, right? 50 seconds left, but the round has been effectively reset. That's why the presence being maintained over here towards toilets on Torshi is pretty huge. It's enabling a two-man stack in at lower. He's just able to confirm, guys, it doesn't sound like, hey, I don't hear anyone, I don't see anyone, and he's still remaining mobile now. Might even end up getting down in towards connector in time to lend a helping hand and be a third piece at this lower site. Here's the walk-in. Contact for FURIA. Will they be ready for a double hold? You might think you've done enough to divert MOUZ's attention here. And so Jimmy swinging up. Plant still comes in, but yuurih left in a very tricky clutch. He's sandwiched between barrels and short. Goes back for the barrels fight. There's the swing out of Torshi. And so that forward positioning he maintained all round long ends up being super valuable down the stretch.
MOUZ just play off each other so well, right? It's one of the best things about them. And the way that Torshi's able to time his flank is, of course, excellent to get him in position. But even though Jimmy's whiffing, Torshi still comes in, shoots a player off the site, and gets the final trade just in time. Doesn't let yuurih to reposition. Really can't complain about MOUZ at any point in this series. yuurih still 0-7 after a quiet first map. Fallen yet to get a kill. MOUZ just murking them. Oh, centimeters off.
CS is really no difference between centimeters and miles, though. Torshi brought down low. And so pressure applied over here towards upper. Even just the fact that Torshi's wounded forces him into more passive angles, forces him to be more passive as a whole over on A, and so they try to spare an extra player to rotate up. That leaves B just in the hands of two for MOUZ, and that's where FURIA are heading. yuurih left to this lurk. Continues to keep the pressure on. There's a heads-up move here from Spinks, but yuurih's got the read.
Aware. Still want to stop this B play, though.
Oh, they're insta-rotating down. They know it's a fake. On that one kill, they're looking at the toilets. You see no one else there. It's yuurih in the feed. They'll get everyone in towards lower in time, but not able to withstand the FURIA hit.
Massive entry for Fallen, jumping through the smoke and just clearing Jimmy on barrels. Knows he's going to be in this position near enough every time. Absolutely shut down by FURIA despite stumbling into the stack. And yuurih, while he's still often getting his one-for-ones, MOUZ seem to know exactly what that means every single time. They've done their homework. Able to read basically every one of these B executes. MOUZ have never been caught in the wrong place in this game in terms of the numbers. Oh my, what a smoke. I think they've missed it a little bit though. Molodoi still giving some vision. And actually it's more favorable now because he's not committed. Behind the fence, him and KSCERATO pick players out. Idea was nice for MOUZ. The smoke just falls a little too deep. Could have been cool.
Still, this is a chance for FURIA to really bring themselves back into this map. If they pick this round up, suddenly you're looking at, 4 T-side rounds, and that's already a great spot to be in. So just don't mess this up. There's a good trade on a Spinks. And they've done all the heavy lifting here. Torshi left up in the 1v4. They've made it into the site. No harm in trying, I guess. And there's the catch on Fallen. Gonna start to move in now. There's actually only 2 players in the site. Low health as well on both of them. It was building as something. Molodoi and KSCERATO breathe a little easier now that they've shut that down.
Bit scary.
Chance at 4 rounds here with just the eco to follow for MOUZ. That was their force buy. Nifty little trick with the smoke, but as you said, well-intentioned, didn't pan out in the execution.
I like that idea, though. I feel like if you do that a second later, that smoke, the players would have already committed front side in the monster, and then you flash them and They're kind of stuck in the middle. But very early, FURIA able to see the smoke and then reposition accordingly.
Oh, old school stack.
Let's get it. Everyone in middle. Should not be a problem here for FURIA, though. Slow default. Look how spread out they are. As soon as they get that information, they can depart. Still an if, though, because no one out middle. yuurih holding fountain. Connect getting cleared. yuurih with the MAC-10. If he comes up top.
Yeah, you almost want it to be a rifle facing you, right? This MAC-10 jumping around.
Yeah. How about yuurih with the bomb?
I mean,
he's two more.
Yeah, you see as the bomb, you see as the orb. Kind of feels tempting in a way, but your Kindar here to cover, and so should be able to just keep this nice and clean.
Nice.
There's the arrival of yuurih, and that will signpost a clean round from FURIA.
All
5
right.
alive, building back into this T side now.
We got a game perhaps. FURIA waking up in the second map, doing what they must, getting rid of the pistols, and now the chance to really sweeten the deal. And this is their pick as well. It's a map they're very comfortable, very familiar on.
And, you know, even if you're kind of feeling a little rough around the edges, you're feeling a little off, it's hard to not be enamored when you know, bring yourself into a game like this. A series you looked well and truly out of. You know, this will fire you up a little bit. This is already a good T-side with the chance to make it a great one. You know, you have MOUZ in the vulnerable position where money plays a huge factor. You could actually tie this up down the half if you pick up this round.
It's also just not a map that MOUZ have been playing too much, right? It's the second least played map versus Train, and Train have got a good track record on as of late. I'm sure they've had some wins here, but not played really home Overpass teams, with the exception of VP. So FURIA should have more depth. Break on the mid-smoke. KSCERATO, another B pick. He has just been full of them this game. Down connector. And up as well. yuurih slides past them in the smoke.
This is looking very, very convincing. And it's going to leave FURIA in a really, really strong position if they pick this one up. With Jimmy already heading out of there, it feels like they've done enough. The save is needed here, right? We just talked about the money, how MOUZ are going to be broken this next round. And so getting out with an AWP and an M4 is just too tempting. Going to be able to drop guns over on these two as well. So if both of them get out, you know, you have a 4-rifle round.
Far quicker pace here for FURIA, just getting short control quick. They've been in connect every single time. MOUZ not ready for the pace change. And saves even being hunted here. yuurih would love to get rid of that AWP. Easier said than done.
Get one more, boys.
All right, final of the half. Here are the 4 guns we promised you on MOUZ. Including that Torch AWP. You want him to find some impact with it. KSCERATO's been a menace over here towards the B site as well, so we'll be taking a close inspection of Jimmy and xertioN in this hold. Because if KSCERATO is going to keep handing you 5v4s, keep giving you these huge leg ups, yeah, that's more than enough for FURIA, and it's more than they've had at any point in this series. Swing and a miss for yuurih. But not a fight you feel too bad about giving away. Never really had much of a chance to get it. Him and KSCERATO still looking to work some of this control.
I was really scared of the B side. They try re-smoke monster, it fails. And they just throw one more on the fly, so...
In a cash-strapped round, you know, like miss-smokes really, really do matter. If you had them both down, you would have been able to keep blocking, even at this point in the round.
It just means they're expecting a B hit, and seeing Echidna in middle, even that just confirms what they already know. Him solo in toilets, 4 on B, look, immediately starting to rotate a 4th player down.
Again, though, KSCERATO with these entries, with these openers. He has been the owner of this B site. Spinx might be down here, but he's boxed in. Oh, there's the support from Torshi. MOUZ, after all, could scrape through with 7 on this CT side. Fallen fake plant getting charged at now. Spinx is out of ammo. That's a kill. Torshi there to walk it home for MOUZ. At bare minimum, they win out this half on their CT side. After a really rough start from FURIA, they have found their footing here on Overpass. Certainly getting more fight from the FURIA squad on map 2. Their pick managing to get through with a 5-round T-side with some marvelous openers out of KSCERATO, dominating the monster position all throughout the T-half. Even though MOUZ had solid reads, good reactions, clear that they've done their homework and the knowledge of these solo Yakinda lurks, it still wasn't enough.
First one is that I would like us to reset a little bit. I remind you that we're winners, okay? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
We get back to that good spot.
I like that because it even shows that maybe MOUZ feeling a bit of worry here in this game just because of the numbers, right? Getting 5T rounds. FURIA feeling like they're in the game now. Some one-sided rounds down the tail end as well. But let's see if MOUZ can reset. A little help from their coach. A little breather. A little break.
Yeah, corridor.
I will smoke.
I will pick short, wait. Nothing. Smoke.
Smoke.
Picking
Okay.
drain.
I will flash.
I don't see drain.
All right, push on in. There's the exact Molidoy to open. A bit of a whirlwind here, but Molidoy holding on, able to elude. Oh, what's this? Is just chaos. Knives are pulling in the
here.
smoke. Reload's
Oh.
coming out. They finally get past Molidoy and KSCERATO. Don't tell me MOUZ win this pistol. Yakindar, can he do it? It's a fake dink. They think he's lower than he is. But far from an easy 1-on-3. The only thing that could help him was the damage, and Brolin doesn't let it get worying.
How do
Head
they win
ripped
that?
off in a chaotic pistol round.
How do they win that? Sure, the initial kills come through for FURIA.
You good?
Yeah, through for FURIA. And then they get stuck in this smoke, but still feels like they're going to get more value out of their positions. KSCERATO gets past them, and they flush him out. That's such a crazy round to win for MOUZ on low health with a disadvantage. Spinks always in the back line, ready and waiting for KSCERATO's reposition. So shocking round to win, and that will re-inspire hope for MOUZ. A pistol and a full eco for FURIA. They get their tongues twisted. Ouch.
In a weird way, I still think there's positives you can draw from this for FURIA, like this map, not map 1. There was no positive map 1.
I didn't see map 1.
Here on Overpass, I think it's safe to say this isn't even like a B game day from FURIA.
No.
It's closer to a C game, and
I'm not
you've
judging them.
No, but you've still put up like hearty resistance, enough to make MOUZ feel a little nervous coming into this second half.
Yeah, but that completely gets wiped out of the conversation if they just get swept here on this T side. Like FURIA still need to come in with this gun round if they want to compete. Otherwise, the score will read exactly how this game felt. A dominant one for MOUZ.
Well, this is the rifle round that really does decide it. If FURIA don't offer up resistance now, MOUZ will just wash over them and waltz into those semi-finals, looking confident as they do so.
Fine by MOUZ, they say. They'll happily do that. Does Fallen want to push this? He's playing close in the smoke, but MOUZ is setting up util outside of B. Spinks walking in. Good recovery, KSCERATO. Ray of sunshine here for FURIA, finding yet another 5v4. Oh dear, that's a lucky miss from Torshi because Molidoy is able to flick back in time. He is out in the open. 5-on-3 here against the bonus round. KSCERATO's seen Jimmy and Connector. And nothing's going to materialize here for MOUZ. Oh, KSCERATO, man. He's had enough.
It's even wilder, just, like, where did this come from? Where was this at the start of the series? And, for FURIA fans, the scoreboard and where you'd expect players to be is at least looking a little prettier, right? This one helmed out by KSCERATO and Molidoy, both deep into the double digits and looking to go further. So your two star players both showing up is a very promising sign, and they keep getting put in positions to succeed by, admittedly the quieter members of FURIA, but still not afraid to use these little gimmicks to try and eke out advantages. There it was the boost. util just to confirm their suspicions. Waste some out of Spinks. They've done great damage with this util.
Nice nade to follow up, right? Hearing that smoke, knowing Spinks has nowhere to go. But this is MOUZ encircling the B bomb site right now. FURIA, hold on, 3 players here. Fallen again, close smoke, MP9, but it's the short pop with Spinks leading. Even xertioN coming back down to join. Spinks walks in.
Again, KSCERATO, more openers, another multi-kill. He is doing everything he can to make sure this series goes on longer. There's the support from Molodoy, and it really is a 2-man army for FURIA. Fallen's been run at, dealt with up close. That MP9 barely leaves a scratch. So round not safe yet. Feels like it should be with all 3 players here. Time running low. Time running very, very low. He had it. He had the time to plant that. But xertioN hops off, goes looking for the kill.
Really?
And so clutch denied.
Trying to do too much there. I mean, he has the safe plant. I mean, there's no reason to... Sure, you can call the bluff if you think he's going to run at you, but then you can get off anyway and go for the fight. You'll hear him. xertioN tries to kill him. Not expecting this stick, but he definitely had time for that plant. And Molodoy gets a jiggle, spots him, and just hides. Would like xertioN to just put the bomb down, but a very chaotic round where, for a moment, you're like, there's no way MOUZ can win this. 2v3, you know, 10 seconds, then double entry. There's a lot happening, but I think faking there is doing too much. Especially against an AWP that's just never going to run at you. FURIA will take it.
Yeah, they will. They will, 100%. I mean, you know, bomb gets planted there, xertioN commits, suddenly it's up in the air round. Anyone can win it, and xertioN, you can argue, even as the advantage, has a route to get out, bomb to play around.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you're FURIA, you'll take that all day long. Feels nice, finally, that some of these strokes of luck are going your way.
Oh, messy. xertioN back-to-back. Awkward rounds. They just drop him, but Yakinda's so low. 1 shot's all it takes. Spinks needs help, and so the swing comes through, but KSCERATO another double. 21-9. He only deals in multi-kills.
Yeah, it's starting to feel like a real limit test for KSCERATO and Molodoy. Just how much can 2 men do to win you a game? And the answer, as it turns out, is a hell of a lot. They're close to making this a 1-round match. That's after getting dominated to open up, looking flat throughout map 1. Slow start even on Overpass.
Yeah, very reassuring to see they have that gear that they can reach for, despite them coming in with one of the worst games I've ever seen them play back in that previous map. And even, it's not like they came in and dominated. They've been playing this whole map from the back foot.
No, it was 6-1 to MOUZ, you know? Like, they were in a very, very good stead. And that 4-round streak comes through. All of that coming on the back of those KSCERATO openings. So, you know, how deep can KSCERATO take you here? That's the question being asked. We'll have a bomb plant. Trying to charge in, and that's the plant denied. Jimmy gets sandwiched. A huge round from KSCERATO. 4 kills deep. He's nearing the big 3-0. 23-9. And if they are to win this, it's clear he's going to have to keep multi-killing. So where does the limit lie for KSCERATO? Is there one?
We're going to find out, Harry. 23-9 at 8-9 is a crazy scoreline here for KSCERATO. And it's not going to stop anytime soon because we have an eco round here for MOUZ. FURIA able to draw up this map without a pistol. Oof. Wall bang down to 2. That's 3 rounds for xertioN. The 1v1 he fakes in, dying in connector, and maybe another death in connector. At least 2 health off the dink, so shouldn't be able to find any impact. MOUZ hoping for a Deeg to find some fortune for them. But Yakinda playing perfect against Eco. Up close, but still Such an off angle, he'll never be pre-aimed. MOUZ group up in middle. There is a big gap, but Molodoi is jump spotting. yuurih, when he has that feeling, can start to flank. Nice.
Yeah, good catch. Molodoi even winning that first fight, so going from strength to strength here. FURIA looking to tie us up at 9-all. KSCERATO is getting activated on the backstab. This might be one of the only FURIA rounds he hasn't had to play into, as Molodoi and co hold the line over on the A site.
Yeah.
That has been, you know, kind of the right-hand man to FURIA, to this KSCERATO multi-kill fiesta.
Yeah, you feel like your way in is B because yuurih and Fallen have had a really poor series, but KSCERATO is also B, so it's not exactly an open sight here for MOUZ. But these slow crawling A takes have done them no favors, and Molodoi is picking his fights well.
Yeah, your kind of decision is, you know, do we go into the guy with the rifle who's been multi-killing us? Or do we hope that our util's good enough to deal with Molodoi? Again, the spam comes through onto xertioN.
4 rounds in a row.
Someone tell him, just don't go connector right off the top of the round. He's getting wrecked by these spams.
Yeah. It's gone from, oh wait, oh, doesn't clear it. yuurih, cheeky position. That molly just avoids him. And a 5-on-3. yuurih, he never knows when to quit. That's the bomb right there. Torshi needs help. One more for yuurih is certainly not bad. He's just causing chaos here in connector. And he's doing a fine job of it. 4v2. No getting out of this one, MOUZ, right? Gonna regroup back for this B hit. But KSCERATO able to play off Fallen in this position. Fallen with monster contact. KSCERATO lying in wait. So much util, but MOUZ, I love just contacting in moments like these. So they need a clean entry. That will do.
Yeah, there it is. Fallen picked up. But the big man,
Oh, yeah.
the one that you've not been able to deal with all game, is still very much in this round. KSCERATO not even needed for the final kill. yuurih plays around that missed Molotov, and that is FURIA into the lead.
All right, xertioN better not go connector anymore. I think that's what Cyclone's probably saying. Like, there's got to be some frustration at this point.
Yeah.
He's had 4 really awkward rounds, 3 in connector getting spammed or swung or naded. It's just been unenjoyable. And yeah.
Oh yeah, like Cyclone, he knows, like, he's comforting him.
I'm
Always a nice guy as well, so he's probably saying, look man, I admire your dedication to your role, to the spot that you're meant to take, but just slow it down a touch.
Yeah, I mean, yuurih's just had a field day there, and yuurih as well from B with the spams, even though he's 8 and 13. I don't think the score lines really tell the full story in these last couple of rounds for FURIA, because it has been yuurih and yuurih setting up the round so perfectly, and then Molodoi and KSCERATO closing. So, FURIA, now they have the lead, Harry, shockingly. MOUZ won both pistols. MOUZ were 6-1 up in this game.
Killed him, Lord. Well,
Guys, a bit more togetherness, okay? Togetherness. Someone call something, follow up on it. Let's play together, guys.
Yeah, he's had enough of the defaulting. Want to do some grouped hits. Maybe not enjoying his position. So can MOUZ call their way out of this game? Because it's not just firepower right now. Full lineup, bit of free damage onto Fallen as MOUZ group in the middle.
Yeah, xertioN did not go connector this round. He is over it. They're looking for that grouped play that they talk about.
And no one's there, hilariously. Even yuurih's in heaven, he's not spamming, so it would have been the one play, the one time you could have gone con. Here we go, A hit with a minute on the clock. Pistols running amok.
Gonna let Spinks lob his util in down towards B first. Hope that keeps 3 players here, shuffles the defense around, but yuurih is in heaven. He's a quick rotate, so as long as A can withstand this initial hit, reinforcements are on their way. It's an instant death for Yakindar over here on long. Important equalizer out of the Molodoi Orb. FURIA tasked with a retake now as finally MOUZ come through with a cleaner exec. Bomb down in a 4-on-4.
Really good position for MOUZ. xertioN would love to see him get out of the bomb site with this M4 and use it for the post plant, but you know, smokes could be a problem. However, they're not. Molly's traded here at stairs, wasting crucial time for FURIA, funneling them through the bank. They've got to get this one, and they've got to get it quick. xertioN catches a side turn. Jimmy hits his deagle headshot. yuurih can't get anything done, and xertioN saves the day, saves the round. 3 kills on the site to find an eco win for MOUZ.
And dude, all you're thinking is, you know, this could have been happening all throughout the game. You never got to know what xertioN's capable of because he's been living and dying on the con fights. First time he doesn't go there. First time he isn't dead to spam, dead to pushes. Bought down low, he offers up a 3K, a round-winning 3K for MOUZ. And that ties the game up again. First late round he's got to play in almost all of this T-half.
And look at what it does. It gets MOUZ on the board for the first time since their anti-eco. Can't celebrate yet, though, because Torshi just been picked. I think he went for the playground boost. And Molodoi held it. That's unreal. Or was it a long push? Looks like it was on the... Either way.
It's giving big jump spot vibes, man. And those are the types of shots that Molodoi is fantastic at. You'll remember, I think it was TWC where he hits the bank shot.
Yes.
So hopefully we get that on the replay. You know Molodoi, you know how quick he is, how he really likes those angles. Jump shot angles, dust 2 mid doors, anything that requires that instant reaction time. So I hope we have it available.
Molodoi's looking for more as well. He's really risen up the ranks on the CTA WP. Jimmy, if he comes out con dry, got bad news, buddy. Oh, there we go. Molodoi holds the shot just long enough. And FURIA blocked to allow his escape. 20 seconds, boys.
Going into a stacked top site as well with the third player rotating up.
Oh no.
Missed shot there from the Molodoi Orb. It's been great in the round other than these misses. He'll make up for it. And Brolin can't be expected to turn this one around. FURIA maintain pole position.
Unreal round for Molodoi. I can't believe he survives with that missed shot. Feels like that was the way in for MOUZ. Just jumping in the corner. Still lands. One more through the corner. FURIA have the lead in this game. Unbelievable. 11-10. Yep, Harry.
It was the jump check.
Oh,
no, boost. It was the boost. Okay, holding for it.
Who holds for that? And hey, the energy must be good now for FURIA because KSCERATO's not even had to do anything. Remember all those double kills, triple kills?
No,
he's just been chilling at the B-bomb site. MOUZ running out of steam here.
It's wild, you know, you really only have 2 massive threats to worry about, but they occupy both halves of the map. And so it really is kind of a pick your poison situation for MOUZ. Regardless, there's someone who can multi-kill you wherever you go. As their scorelines now match, Molodoi and KSCERATO. The Orb remaining mobile, trying to keep them guessing.
And he's out. Oh, Yakinda's got all of them here. And they're not being quiet about it either. They're going to walk back, regroup with Spinks. Coming out of Monster. Fallen, trying to hold this down. Molodoi has the info. And oh, he doesn't have the shot. It's only Fallen. He's in trouble. No one's in the B site.
KSCERATO moving in a little bit later. We said he's had an easier time in these last few, hasn't been required to multi-kill. Well, he's got to dig deep again. Rabdon up close, and the 2 hard hitters for FURIA are knocked out of the round.
Oh, if MOUZ win the game now, it will be devastating for FURIA. It took them a while to warm up into this matchup, but they've shown us an excellent CT side streak. 5 very impressive rounds in a row, 6 out of 7, and then boom, MOUZ come through with a knockout blow into that B-bomb site. Spinks walking out Monster, calling his team down. An excellent pick from Brolin onto the AWP that has been perfect all game. And MOUZ match up at 11. Fortunately for FURIA, they have all the money they could need. And this is their first timeout. Because fair enough, it has gone par for the course.
Yeah, you've actually felt pretty comfortable for the most part, but you see the frustration there for Molidoy.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how good you play. You miss one shot at a crucial point like that, you can lose the game.
It's nice seeing them so invested again, right, after that kind of sad opening map.
Yeah.
But if you showed up now only to care come the end of map 2 and then you lose, it really will make this feel like a punch in the gut. And so let's see, FURIA, they're buying in. They believe they can close it on Overpass and take this series the distance. They need to win this round. If they lose it, they are broke, and so money will decide their fate at that point. This round is for the game. Molidoy.
Not again, okay.
They attempt the boost once more. Torshi not given this engagement.
He thought about it, but then you're like, they wouldn't do it twice. Oh, careful, Jimmy. xertioN says, you go first, bro. I'm going middle. My mate needs a boost. And short water control taken silently. Usually MOUZ announce their presence here. They've walked out together. Jump spot will confirm. 3 on B here for FURIA. Time has been burned by MOUZ, but they've got plenty of util. Big nade stack. Fallen jumps into it. And that might open the door here for MOUZ. It's blocked immediately. And no bomb. It's not like they're ready to commit, but it draws a third player down lower. MOUZ have to stage, and they will stage A. Only yuurih in position. If FURIA do not play active on B, they will just be walked over on A. One man surely can't do it all. He's not even in the sight. This feels like MOUZ's round to lose.
Spinks even hanging around, curious to see when he plays, if he goes before the exec. And yeah, it does look for that info down towards B. Doesn't tell you a hell of a lot. Are they ready for yuurih over a long and important fight for him to pick up? And now it's imperative that MOUZ can deal with him and deal with him cleanly, but yuurih's ripping heads off. You said one man wasn't enough. Well, it turns out it is. yuurih with a stellar hold has just kept FURIA in Overpass.
Unbelievable round out of yuurih. He had to do it exactly that way, and they find Torshi after time. 2.6K on him. MOUZ in the bin. And it felt like they'd finally woken up at the end of regulation, only for yuurih to rip it away. Perfect angle management. One after one, MOUZ fall at yuurih's hand. That is disastrous for MOUZ.
And the death after time is just salt in the wound. After a frustrating way to lose it like that.
4B.
MOUZ come into this next one with a bit more pace behind it. They're playing group, they're playing together. It was after that exact speech where they said, guys, let's do something group, let's get out of the default. That was where they found their breakthrough round on this T side. And so let's see if they can do it again. They've got to get past the Molidoy AWP. It's the only thing in the top site. yuurih just defended this solo to get FURIA onto map point. Let's see how Molidoy fares.
Burning.
Forced out wide. First shot misses, won't have many more chances, Molidoy. You can't afford these misses now, they're closing in. Finally connects, gets out with his one. yuurih on a Hail Mary push. Oh, and KSCERATO!
spray out of nowhere. 29 kills for KSCERATO. He waited, and then he saves the day again in the final second of the round, the final round of regulation, and FURIA take the map. We're going the distance. They look dead in the water, but Trey now appears as our decider.
Good to get this series going the distance. We're going to square things off on Train as our third and final map. By the end of it, one of these teams bound for those semi-finals. Now still want to feel like they missed this opportunity up against a slow-starting FURIA squad.
It's a map that MOUZ have never lost to anyone except Vitality, beating FURIA twice over. So safe to say, should be feeling comfortable coming into this third and final map, but the way they lose back on Overpass, oof, it's going to hit hard. A test of the mental, a test of the reset, a test of the longevity, especially for FURIA, who came in cold to this series. Train is our decider, FURIA CT side, and MOUZ storming towards the box halls. Uh-oh.
Oh my
Wow.
God, he hit that dink.
No, he didn't. That was over in pop.
It just looked like it. All right.
Yeah.
Well, pressure onto Brolin, but you can't get too tunnel visioned on just this one man. yuurih gonna need to do something spectacular here as the play comes in over towards B, and the backstab could look to do big damage. Instead, he hides out in this smoke, bides his time, waiting for the fade, trying to buy time for his teammates to move on round and join him. You got a flash on Fallen. Always praise this guy for his util, and that's why yuurih nails it on the back of that flash. And I haven't really had to talk about yuurih all too much today, right? He was very much one of the culprits for this sleepy look out of FURIA, but that might spur him on. That might fire him up a little bit. A huge pistol round put forth, and a good start, hopefully guaranteed, for the FURIA squad.
Yeah, add another name to the picture who's able to come up with multi-kills, and it's a great sign for FURIA here in this third map. An integral pistol round, and Fallen loves it. Yeah, you like that flash? I think he does. Literally the best flasher in Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
And that's not new.
I think it's, you know, it's one of the biggest like standouts of this FURIA team is just how good their util is. And we always joke about it, but, you know, this was the team that couldn't do yard smokes, couldn't hit the window smoke on Mirage. Back in the day, FURIA's turned them into a util powerhouse, and
yes,
he's a huge part of that.
Fallen with more focus on his utility than ever, really, after giving away the orb. MOUZ have, of course, bought in this second round 2 Galils, 3 Tech-9s, but the Tech-9s have all the grenades you could need, and MOUZ are a team that have really strong B executes. Going to see multiple Molotovs and smokes be thrown into this B-bomb site. And look at how FURIA are playing this second round. I love it. They're really passive. They know MOUZ are going to make the site extremely uncomfortable, so instead of conceding weaponry by playing in the range of these mollies, they look to play retake from the get-go.
Just another great read of the situation, you know, Fallen. Ooh. Cooking, it's safe to say, and this passive setup has absolutely destroyed the force buy from MOUZ. It's the worst possible feeling. You know you've been read like a book when you get that deep.
I don't think that could have gone better because MOUZ don't even go for the bomb plant. They go for kills. What's cool about MOUZ there is they do go for a second wave of util where they re-flash deeper than default here, and they go further than the bomb train. But at that point, they haven't planted the bomb, and FURIA is still on. Even on oil, they aren't close. They are so far back. Even the exertion's confused. FURIA play range, and they get rid of that force buy. MOUZ have nothing to show for it. So onward and upward for FURIA, looking like the 3-0 start they were promised. This is also a very fun map to watch Molodoi wield the AWP on. If you enjoyed Overpass, well, you're in the right place. FURIA team who will leave Ivy open quite a lot. Molodoi often supporting on that B-bomb site. MOUZ show face on Ivy, but now back. And as I said, Ivy now open. It's read by FURIA. Molodoi does rotate. Whoa, it's not pretty. But it gets a job done. 2 kills, and the rifles sweep in. So a good round for FURIA.
Yeah. No, they feel happy with how this one started. Clean beginning. Now you have the buy round for MOUZ coming out. And so you really kind of hope, you know, you're able to find some success early on and just slow the roll of FURIA a little bit. Because even though they were able to win that last map, they couldn't do it without KSCERATO and Molodoi playing as well as they did, right? There were kind of 3 absent players. It's your goal, bare minimum, to make sure no one else gets switched online. And you could do that by, you know, dominating this early stage of the T-half. Try and shut down guys like yuurih. The last thing you want is for that 4K in the pistol to suddenly bring him into the fold as well. The 2-man army was problem enough.
They know this push is coming. Oh, Fallen cancels. There was anti-flash here after that deep molly is spotted. This is going to make them panic. Torshi runs away. They actually don't fire. That's good for MOUZ. Not revealing that they're double Ivy. And so look at FURIA. Now they discount the position entirely. They've seen and heard nothing. Even the molly didn't tick. So if MOUZ just walk up Ivy right now, they've got open routes. They have to believe in this play, though, and it doesn't look like they do. Jimmy left a lurk late. In no hurry are MOUZ. Pop control. Got to go back to take T main with the bomb. Molodoi blocks. And Jimmy still hasn't taken that gap that has been open for 20 seconds now. Oh, it's fine. It is absolutely fine. Even now, Fallen freed up to check Ivy.
And there's a lot of reasons to feel a little nervous if you're a MOUZ fan on the dawn of this 3rd map.
Yeah.
Dominate map 1, but it just didn't feel like FURIA. On map 2, kind of started to feel a bit more like FURIA, but with only 2 players stepping up. If everyone's now back in form and they start hitting, this becomes a really, really hard game. Even with a great track record, as you highlighted right off the top for MOUZ on this map, it's kind of the occasion that changes things. The idea that this is, you know, map 3, you feel like maybe you've missed some of your best opportunities to lock in a semi-final appearance already. And you know that MOUZ have issue is in these higher pressure moments.
Yeah, I feel like that Ivy round was such a great example of what we're talking about, though, right? I would have loved MOUZ to just take that space. It felt pretty clear that FURIA were giving it up, and after they get 2 kills in the outer yard, they have the manpower to go back and check their flank. The timing is completely off for MOUZ. Saving 2 guns. The others on half. Molodoi holding pop. Fallen, careful, don't want to block him as he pulls back after a shot. Fallen will allow his exit. Nice boost.
That's collateral.
Tag.
Neither of them a kill.
It's crazy. Through the wall on the first shot. Or was that body to leg? Or rather, leg to body.
Body ain't in this game.
Yeah. MOUZ about to leg it into this B-bomb site. 1 minute on the clock. Molodoi blocking the main smoke. Able to stay on a nice angle. Ooh, it spreads. And Molodoi, he doesn't take that as a chance to fall back. He takes it as one to move forward. There's a flash for Torshi.
Brolin should have heard him connect with the nades, so might have an idea he's up close in main, but on that swing, Molodoi able to punish.
Now pop. Psych, you're blocked.
Flash, it's a good one. Gets fallen off the line for a moment, and Molodoi getting pressured.
Oh, he's on
Able to
fire.
answer the call with the AWP. It's Spinks, an important trade in a 2-on-3. Not impossible here for MOUZ. They've got a bit of ground out towards the A site. Bomb dropped, though, and 20 seconds left as they turn their attention to it.
Okay.
Comes down to this 1v1. yuurih spotted back here in connector. He started this game off with an electric pistol round. Can he add a clutch to the tally? xertioN on the line, swing out from yuurih, and it gets denied. Finally, something for this MOUZ team as xertioN steps up in the clutch.
Great communication for MOUZ. Someone's definitely calling. He's trapped on the right side there, and he's still behind the box. xertioN goes up and over on the ladder. He sees that no one's escaped in his timing, and so he just believes, okay, yuurih is here. He's going to go for a peek. It's an uncomfortable position. yuurih edges out, xertioN still on the angle with time for the plant. It's a nice round for MOUZ to squeeze out when Molodoi hits some keen early shots, shuts down their initial plan. So 4-1 to FURIA.
Yeah,
MOUZ break in.
Also, just like a perfect round of finding it. You know, expectations are kind of low. You have the saved orb. That's really all you had to work with. It was a bunch of Tech 9s and then that one AK on Sphinx, which sure gets its kill. Able to gain a bit of a leg up on the push in. xertioN left as that last player with the saved AWP, delivers on it. And so you didn't have huge expectations on the round. It's the one that finds you first. And you've done it early doors, right? Able to kind of try and chip away at FURIA's money now. And that could be a way into this T side very early on train.
Yeah, 3v5 picked up for MOUZ on a low economy round. FURIA yet to really threaten Pop or B on a push. Roland isolated in main. Fallen looking interested in this fight. yuurih lands close to allow Brolin to lurk. He's got the spot as well. Can he finish the job? Fallen able to escape. Meanwhile, Sphinx aggressive out B. The comp not there. yuurih heard that coming, but Yakinda not looking the right way. It's all gone a little bit pear-shaped here for FURIA. Pressure on A, distracts from the B play as flooded comms for FURIA. And MOUZ now look to one up on this round, take some extra exit kills rather. FURIA can only buy next round if 3 players survive. It is integral they don't overpeak here.
You would love to be able to dedicate more to the hunt. It's just you're kind of also not in a position to do so if you're MOUZ. You're thinking a little about your own money. You can put off breaking FURIA to the next round if it means that you get out of this feeling very rich indeed. xertioN does get a lot of love out here.
Definitely so. He is kind of the lifeblood of MOUZ, the spirit animal. One bringing a lot of energy to this team.
All right, here's your opportunity to break. Find success here. Your T side is already in a fantastic place.
Good grenades, but there is a response from yuurih. It's a costly one at that. Molodoi on the line. Flash looks good, but barely falls short. Still Molodoi rotates after showing the orb. FURIA continues to just use flashbangs as information gatherers towards Ivy, but no one's there. Jimmy's gone back to regroup. We again have this B upper walk coming out for MOUZ as they fake the A site with a lurk smoke. Molodoi's read might just pay off if he stays here.
Brolin coming through this. Path out over towards the E-box, and that's where Fallen finds him. Molodoi able to deal with the first man out through heaven. And the round starts stalling out here for MOUZ. They aren't aware that Jimmy's gained all this ground, but I don't see him playing into the B exec. Oh, he will make it. And actually going to get here pretty quickly. He's not wasted his time on this. He recognizes the space he has straight away, and so MOUZ have taken the pace out. They've slowed right down. Even though they've got players in the site, they know that Jimmy is in position to take this all away. That lurk is huge for MOUZ.
It's not done though.
Gets him into the 2-on-2 and a chance to set up in the post plant. They've got xertioN deep out towards spawn side. For the most part, xertioN operating on his own here. Round set up for xertioN to close.
Look at him go.
Okay, xertioN on that fade, a dead man. And Yakindar, this is really rough now. No idea as to where Torshi lays, and there he is playing out from behind oil. A breakthrough for MOUZ.
Seems
that
like
Jimmy lurk, a thing of beauty.
Yeah, it seems like MOUZ trying to change the tendency there. Instead of just Brolin lurking, Fury kill him, and they go, hey, the lurk's gone. It's going to be the B hit. Molodoy's already confirmed it with info, and that's when the second player sneaks out through that main smoke and comes behind FURIA. All backs turned. It's not just this kill, though. Molodoy is very good at recovering in these kind of moments, and he still misses his shot. So Jimmy does a very good job of taking a double kill on that flank.
Interesting purchase here. It's pistols for FURIA with the exception of a Molodoy AWP. You see Fallen fire that off. You were hoping it gave Molodoy the element of surprise, but the AWP is gone straight away. And xertioN, smart man, juggles it away from FURIA.
Robbed. And that's going to remove it from the next buy round as well. So it's gone from bad to worse here for FURIA. Nothing to show for this risky investment. And 4-5 alive round for MOUZ.
Also just love how Brolin's been calling thus far. You know, when we were talking about Fallen, when we were kind of bigging him up right off the top of this series, and even here on Train, we've been saying, you know, he's great at the mind games. He likes to get in the head of his opponent. Well, I actually think Brolin's been doing a far better job of that. All of these rounds have looked and felt very, very similar. It's the lurk smoke at main, lurk for Brolin. You were dead on in that last round with the adaptation of bringing a second player in Jimmy into the fold. When they killed Brolin on that push out, they thought that was the lurk dead. They thought they had the read. That's the reason the gaps opened. And you kind of can't discount this smoke. You can't see it and lean into a B stack. You're seeing the same thing every single time, but you're not sure what the end goal is. At any moment, that lurk smoke could be used to pick up the pace into an A play, to look for one of these splits.
It's definitely early conditioning. We're going to see more of it in this half, right? This is the game plan for MOUZ. They're clearly going to use it for a late A attack at some point in this half. Worth noting, Molodoy got dropped an AWP by KSCERATO. He bought an M4, Kevlarless AWP. So it was a risk worth taking, FURIA felt. But is it going to pay off? Because Molodoy already put down low.
Again, the lurk smoke in, and again, the onus falls to FURIA to figure out what the intention is.
Gap taken at Ivy, but Molodoy's here filling it very soon. And as the map goes quiet, FURIA clear main. They even molly deep. They know it's empty.
I mean, they know they damage Molodoy a lot as well, right? So even when he fires off, he's going to be vulnerable to nades, to util. It's something he's got to bear in mind the entire time he's roaming on this AWP. You've got to remain mobile, because if you stay too still, you're going to fall prey to the MOUZ utility.
Yeah, one shot, then reposition. That's the name of the game. At what point will he get this Ivy contact? They're tucked in, waiting for an AXX. Brolin has two smokes here. Into the site. xertioN smoked. He's certainly going to come through this. There's the B fake. They're starting to culminate.
Oh, Molodoy knows they're coming his way. He bides his time and waits for the perfect moment. If he can deal with them both, that's the bomb. But there's that nade we warned you about. Molodoy removed, Fallen takes up position, and the bomb dropped over here at Ivy. There's no winning it for MOUZ. I'll say this, Fallen has been waiting to catch them on this eventual A play. It feels like for the last, 2 or 3 rounds, anticipating that eventually it was going to come through after this lurk smokes in, and so finally he gets his reward.
At least MOUZ know when it's done, right? It's very convoluted. They're throwing a lot of util. They're faking out multiple moves. And then, yeah, as 2 players die at Ivy, there's no point for xertioN to swing through the re-smoked pop dog. He knows there's no saving the round with the bomb loose. And so MOUZ do again save 2 guns. They continue to buy up. They've got plenty of money from their little streak. 4 in a row broken, though. Fallen and Molodoy saved the day. They're happy about that. Oh, he's quick with it. And there we go, back to the aggro. The bomb is here. Does Fallen clear this? He scoped very deep. Maybe Jimmy heard the double scope. If he did, he could punish. KSCERATO stopped the lurker. Jimmy is still boxed in. He doesn't know. He can just take this kill, and so he will. 2 on 5, though, in the first 20 seconds of the round. Don't know how MOUZ are supposed to save this situation.
Yeah, Dory and Adam. Also you, Ludwig. KSCERATO starts always gate. Every round.
Well, MOUZ may know what they're up against, but stopping it is an entirely different beast. And are they going up Ivy without a smoke into this AWP again? You just feel like Molodoi in these positions, he does not miss that first shot. We've seen so many times he sees a jiggle of a player and he waits till that perfect guaranteed kill.
I mean, even that speaks to his growth as an AWPer, right? One of the comments you and I would make when we first cast this guy, he exploded onto the scene, was the idea he takes a lot of shots and takes a lot of risks within that. He's really tried to refine it, only looking for the shots he knows he can hit, only looking for the shots where he feels comfortable. They finally bait one out of him. And Molodoi still threatening even in these positions. You box him into a corner, that's where the claws come out.
Look at
for
him go.
Molodoi. Stellar sequence.
It's just so hard to get past. Even with a missed shot, there is no punish. 2 more kills for Molodoi, 3 in the round. And FURIA, a rock on this CT side.
It's clearly something he's looked to work on, man. Even in the first few times he was matching up against guys like ZywOo, when he was asked about it, and he said, like he's impressive. He certainly has what it takes, but he takes a lot of risks. He's, sometimes re-peaks too much or looks for a little too much out of the round. And one thing's clear. It's that Molodoi has no intent in shooting nowadays unless he knows he can get the kill. Now an early pickup here onto Fallen.
MOUZ can still salvage this, right? This round goes very far. A 5th on T-side train is perfectly fine. More than enough for a team like MOUZ to win out in that second half. With Fallen's aggression and Pop Dog punished, FURIA, they don't make any moves. They stay slow, solo B, and it might just be another standard MOUZ B execution to try and finish the job. This feels like a good way in. We've seen yuurih really tested in a minute. It's going to be called upon in this moment.
That Molly felt like it went on forever. yuurih brought down a half. yuurih able to withstand that initial push. They've spotted both players over here at B. They know they've got yuurih trapped behind oil. He's looking to evade. Look at the delay. Molodoi. All right, one picked up on the spam. Torshi with the response, and still MOUZ sit with the advantage. Molodoi taken down a peg. And a team ace for MOUZ as everyone pulls their weight on that B hit.
I mean, it wasn't meant to look that close, really, for FURIA. Good utility for MOUZ, as always, on this double B exec. They molly the 2 positions FURIA inhabit. yuurih just gets there in time, but 1 for 1 for yuurih. yuurih falling back, and yeah, Molodoi, nice jump spot into a pick through the wall, but FURIA can't get a retake going. And so MOUZ in a very strong position to even out this half. It's a double AWP, it's also a double MP9 for FURIA. MOUZ just want to do it again, earlier this time. Danger of it is there's blocking util, Molotov remains on both B players, but Molodoi is shuffling out.
I don't think he's looking to leave, though. Just changing position. yuurih's already confirmed that they're not Ivy.
Same thing.
And so you feel pretty safe in this hold. Forced back by the flashes, he doesn't hang around and try and take a shot. Instead, looks elsewhere and able to find xertioN on the cross. Molodoi and yuurih offering up the early resistance, but Molodoi's just beginning. 2 kills from him. Spinks now left in the clutch. Bomb drop down at ramp, and that's tricky, especially with Falling having rotated over on this AWP. FURIA hoping they can get by with 7 rounds on this CT side, just narrowly winning it out on the favored half. Can they put a stop to Spinks? Last spotted out here on upper. And it looks like he just wants to play on through this position. Missed shots from both players.
Oh, no.
They've given Spinks a chance,
Oh.
and that is a big mistake. Hot hands, even Spinks is surprised. And MOUZ will tie this up down the tail end of Train. We are but rounds away from finding our first semi-finalist in a tightly contested series after a blowout first map. FURIA and MOUZ rages on, and MOUZ find themselves in a very good spot. On the back of that first half, and a lovely little clutch at the tail end from Spinks in a 1v2. They've been able to tie things up on the T half of Train. Bit of a nightmare for FURIA, who now have to embark on this T campaign. The pistol weighted very heavily here, as it could give them a nice little leg up of rounds if they're able to find it. They come blistering through with a hell of a pace in this pistol, charging through the MOUZ defense. Spinks and Brolin both low, and with Brolin tapped out, it's just a 3 health Spinks back in connector.
I mean, look at the health. It's crazy how many shots MOUZ connected and how many kills they got. Only one. Holiday was even rotating out with a bomb. They were that scared of it going wrong. But another kill comes in, and FURIA make it so a stark difference in pace when you compare their first T-side round to all of MOUZ's. Slow and steady, but it's FURIA who win this race. Spinks is not getting out of here. You'd like to think. And Fallen makes it so. So FURIA take a pistol round by the skin of their teeth, all things considered. And MOUZ just leave feeling like it was right there. Force up in this second round.
I mean, that was them going into a stacked A site. All in all, getting out with 4 surviving, even if they are very wounded, is still a major victory for FURIA. I also just love how jarring the pace change is, right? Think about the T side that MOUZ just played, where it was very slow, at times convoluted. All about, you know, maintaining that default, setting up the lurk smoke, really taking your time and using the full breadth of the timer. And Fallen, he's kind of anticipating the MOUZ are in that slower mindset, so just charges at them from round 1 of his T side, showing already this is going to be a very different half.
Yeah, you wouldn't do it again in a second, though. They want to figure out what MOUZ have first, where their pieces are placed. Scout spotted at Ivy. But I think we might also see some B executes in this half for FURIA, akin to what MOUZ were giving us, especially towards the end of their T side. Smokes out A, Fallen taking the bomb.
Oh, xertioN up close. Yakindar a dead man, and that is not the start you wanted up against this force from MOUZ.
Forces you back to this B hit as well. And I think MOUZ know it. Look at the gamble. MOUZ know exactly what FURIA are going to do at this point. Moving 3 players over towards B.
I mean, also, there's just been a real tendency wherever you see Yakindar pop up, you go elsewhere, right? They were doing that all the time back on Overpass, but here it might actually betray them. It looked like a good read initially. Certainly was FURIA's first thought after that death, but they've changed their mind on the fly. It's a bit of an adjustment from Fallen. Will it be enough to see them through? They dodge the stack, sure, but there's no dodging these bullets. Throwing down range out of MOUZ. xertioN's feeling trapped, but he's been able to dodge death for the time being. And Fallen's going to get run out on this bomb plant. Doesn't get it down in time. And Monadoy, even death after the clock. Worst case scenario for FURIA.
Not like he was getting much money from the loss bonus anyway, but that is insult to injury for your AWPer, losing the AK after the clock. And I mean, the call was right for FURIA, rotating out, going to B, but then changing their mind. But it just shows how even post-nerf, those MP9s can just be such trouble. xertioN running rampant around the bomb site. And MOUZ put themselves in a fantastic position, despite losing pistol. Now heavy favorites in this second half. Monadoy couldn't even afford a deagle. MOUZ do not look like they're going to trip and stumble with this setup from Spinks, similar to how FURIA played some of their anti-force buys. Just spotting to play retake on this B bomb site. There is some room on Ivy here. Maybe you can look across, but Jimmy won't allow it. Now FURIA just have to prioritize the plant.
Yeah, make out with the bomb plant here, you feel a lot better. And so that's at least secure, but it shouldn't go much further than that. MOUZ were prepared to concede a bomb. If this play came in over towards B, they were always going to risk it on the retake, and not hard to see why. They very swiftly cleaned that up. Everyone pulling their weight up against the pistols.
This is now such a hard game for FURIA to win, right? We have MOUZ, a team that has only ever lost to Vitality on this map, essentially makes them number 2 in the world on this map to Vitality, beaten FURIA numerous times over, who have got a 5-alive round, built-up economy, a round lead on CT side, and FURIA still having to eco before they can get a fall by. I think FURIA are going to have a really hard time closing out this series for semi-finals. MOUZ, the score doesn't tell the full story. They are heavy favorites at this point.
Yeah.
FURIA have to dig deep. Seeing just a great series. Well, these last two maps have been bangers. There will be more twists in the tail. Keep this one clean and you are laughing.
Yeah, I mean, if it's back-to-back flawless rounds after stealing it away on a force buy, you feel almost invincible if you're MOUZ.
Yeah, you've got the freedom to make some moves, to call a cheeky round into the first full buy. Feel like you can risk it by playing aggressive, going for a take somewhere. Don't just have to be reactive. And so there, a lot of freedom is given from economy. Can they keep it clean is still a question. Torshi and Spinks on this B-bomb site. But this is a nice off angle. Molodoi just crunched. Torshi goes wide, will fall after two. Spinks here to deny the bomb plant, so nothing for FURIA. This is that worst case scenario. 9-7, full buy, no AWP for Molodoi. That's the cost of dying after time.
And it's sort of a rippling effect that you're not really going to get away from in the remainder of this T half, unless you pick up a round. You know, you think about how much Molodoi was dominating on his AWP, that would feel like a travesty if he never gets to wield one in this second half. Won't get to here, so they're going to have to earn it on the rifles. Torshi has his for the side of MOUZ. And the freedom that comes with being the only AWP active on the map feels huge. There's a lot of long sight lines here. You feel a bigger degree of comfortability in taking them. Torshi, not really in position to do so. He's doing what a lot of AWPers do, which is just holding down this Ivy side. That was how Molodoi spent a lot of his first half as well.
Maybe for good reason here, because FURIA look like they want it late. yuurih is going to be a lot more active in this position than Jimmy ever was.
Smoke over towards main causes you a bit of a problem. If you did want to group and go for the Ivy hit, you kind of feel like you can't now. You want to keep an eye on main. You want to make sure they're not sticking it out in this position with all the info ahead of time. So try to displace xertioN, but they always have this smoke ready for him. And it's a handy one too. It leaves him with vision in that corner. You saw him deal with yuurih there earlier on. Catch for the Torshi AWP. xertioN, unfortunate drop down, but still might live to tell the tale. Gets out, and gets out with a kill. A bandit as he's stolen one away.
Oh yeah.
Torshi now on for the backstab as he creeps through this Ivy smoke, and FURIA going nowhere quickly. They are fully boxed in. 15 seconds. Might just want to think about saving that AWP. These are convincing shots, sure, but don't have the bomb. Molodoi heads for the hills. 16-9. But even this AWP is hardly a resolution for FURIA. It's all they're going to have in this next round. MOUZ on double digits and making a full break for those semis.
Sigh of relief for MOUZ there. A bit of chaos as xertioN falls off, but I think it does him more favors than problems, because then the FURIA players just run through the smoke feeling like they have the drop on him. Both close A main players able to hold their own, and when you don't have any other split, you're just coming out Ivy, it's almost impossible. Really tight choke points. And so many positions in this outer yard for MOUZ to stand.
FURIA actually went for the force around the saved AWP.
Oh, they can tell it's getting out of control, can't they?
I think it is just the consequence of what we were saying, though. You're not going to get this AWP really any other way, and so screw it while you got it. Okay. Try and put some money in. They get away with two openers.
The pacey round again.
And now they take the pace out of it, and I love this. If you followed through, if you tried to go too quickly there, you'd be moving into a stack. MOUZ had no choice but to scramble bodies over towards A.
Yeah, not everyone was ready, right? We had a couple in pop, we had one in main. Didn't want everyone to just run out of their positions there. They burn all the util for MOUZ. KSCERATO keeps up the fake on low health, but he's going to walk through the smoke. He's going to flank the B-bomb site. There's no one home.
He hears them rotating, or at least he will as they get closer.
Just staying in this position is so potent. Molodoi had the cover. They spot Spinks out from CT, and oh, MOUZ considering the save.
Yeah, it's not really a round you can justify giving a go. Even that one kill won't do anything to bring you back into considering this. And so, yeah, MOUZ get out with 3 guns. That's the hope.
It's reasonable. I mean, it's not like MOUZ have any money issues. It's more just based on position.
Track record might be really good for MOUZ on this map. But it's interesting, you know, when you think about FURIA, when you think about their rise, when Molodoy and yuurih first joined this team, Train was one of their go-tos.
Yeah.
And they actually set a lot of the standards now for what gets put into practice. Think about some of the pop util. They broke that out in their spirit game back in Astana, if I'm not mistaken. A bunch of that pop cross denial utility. And so, you know, do have a lot of reps, do have a good understanding of how to approach this map. It's just not been a good head-to-head for them versus this MOUZ team. And MOUZ have been hot versus, as you said, everyone with the exception of Vitality.
This tech pause is a bit of a momentum break here for FURIA after a faster approach leads them to a round win. MOUZ probably thankful for it.
And even that can feel hard, right? Like, because you're always a little bit worried that you can only get so much mileage out of faster rounds, right? When you're playing quickly, you're always at the mercy of the util, the early nades, the early mollies. You're pushing through smokes. And that was something that FURIA for the longest time on Train were down to do. You think about some of the innovative looks that they had for yuurih back when he used to go on those main pushes with different variations of smokes, be it lurk smoke, sandwich, to try and create like an alleyway for him. But for the most part, he's just found himself lurking, usually flung out over towards Ivy. You know, at some point, you feel like you have to take the pace out of it. You can't just rely on faster rounds. And you're anything but certain that they're going to work for you. So we're off the tech pause now. Let's see what the call is from Forward.
Triple nades towards B. MOUZ do the same in main, also expecting pace. It's a nice late upper HE from MOUZ to do damage. Careful from these wall bangs though. Everyone's close. KSCERATO gets bruised a bit. And MOUZ, knowing many started box halls, start to rotate a second man. torxi in position with the orb. Pick his position wisely. Is he really going all the way in? Audacious reposition from torxi.
Even having a scope here, like that just tells yuurih, I don't want to go around this corner.
Did he hear it? I wonder. I feel like he would have. He's holding on. Not looking to make the first move. Unless. Easy shots. Ooh. How is he alive? Bullet sail past exertion, 12 health. FURIA do seem like they want the A execute, 30 seconds to do so. Bomb's coming back. Make up their mind. Bomb's going B.
Yeah, KSCERATO's going to try and lurk again. xertioN, the man that he could have finished off earlier on, his eyes on over at Connector. Oh wait, KSCERATO, no, surely not. torxi's dropped the bomb over at B.
Doesn't matter.
And so it won't come through. KSCERATO finds a golden window, but his team get melted on the other half of the map.
He's a second too late there, right? It's really close. If he can catch that orb who goes in and kills yuurih, then maybe KSCERATO's position wins the round. He gets a kill, gets a nice position, but he lets too many players past him. They flood out, they punish on the B bomb site. A little bit too slow for KSCERATO. And MOUZ respond to that one round on the T side with one of their own. Bordering the victory now, bordering the semi-finals for MOUZ. It has been quite a series, a dominant debut on Inferno. FURIA asleep at the wheel. Back to an overpass where FURIA squeezed together an incredible CT side. And some highlight moments out of Molodoi and KSCERATO. A two-man army that gets them over the line.
That's why it feels like a bit of a shame that KSCERATO's quieted down and cooled off come the turn of map 3.
Yeah, he was such a beast on that second.
You know, if him and Molodoi didn't drop the numbers they did, they wouldn't have won Overpass. And here, you know, Molodoi, he's done all he can, top in the charts for FURIA. But they don't have that crazy output from KSCERATO, and you're feeling the burn of that now.
Spix is also having phenomenal form in this tournament. He showed up in every single game that MOUZ have played in a big way. He was, I mean, without him playing lights out, he would not have won against Vitality. They're going for the fast B again. FURIA, desperate times, call for desperate measures.
Right. Like that, KSCERATO no longer left to lurking, just charges out through upper. Here's the thing with MOUZ being in such a strong lead, though, on the better half, they don't need, there's nothing to call you back into a round like this, right? You lose Spinks early, you chalk it up to an unfortunate misplaced stack, you go again, you get out with 4 guns, so you're never getting MOUZ in this position to break the money.
Yeah, there's still value, I think, of finding exits. A lot of teams don't go for it this time. Obviously, they can't see the money, but, you know, knowing where it is for FURIA right now, I think even a couple of kills for MOUZ is worth the risk of a gun, just because they have so much money. And they would love to reset FURIA, right? Imagine if you took 2-3 players out of this round and then you won the next one, FURIA would have nothing. It'd be teed up. So even playing angles like these, oh, I like it, but Torchy avoids the fight.
I just think, you know, if you have a lot of faith in your gun rounds, you have a lot of faith in your protocols.
Sure.
And like, sure, you're dead on. You could win this by breaking their money. Flip side is, and a problem that's always been the case for MOUZ is choking games, you know, letting them close up. And so it's like, let's just never get there. Let's have buys all the way to the end of the game.
You're right. You don't want to lose a game by not having your own money in retrospect, but it's a close one right now, 11-9. And FURIA, the only things that have worked on this T side, the 3 rounds they've won have come off of pace. Pacey entries, or just pacey commits. Oh, the nade hides the vision. Torchy can't hit the shot. He even mollies himself.
Yeah, it's a little awkward.
Is going to grab that space.
Of course, man. Like, it's a missed molly. It's handed him an extra couple of meters and a bunch of pressure over towards Ivy.
Changed his mind, though.
I mean, you know you've at least put the fear in Torchy and kind of forced him onto a more passive line. For the time being, Ivy is just a question mark to MOUZ. So didn't want to throw it away dying. I mean, yuurih, you learn a lot from his deaths just in the kill feed, right? If one thing was apparent on Overpass, and even the case here on Train, it's that. It's usually whenever they kill yuurih, they take eyes off of that position. They look elsewhere. He has been a very pure lurk in this FURIA squad.
This is just a main bust with 2 in the pop dog. It's going to leave you wanting. Lurk smoke is down. Torchy is close with the orb. Brolin needs a multi-kill here.
Missed shot from the Torchy orb. Molly might find him, and now they creep out from behind the red train. They're closing the distance on Brolin at the back of the site. Fallen firing off, and he doesn't know where to look.
Fallen, double headshot. That's enough. Brolin couldn't pick his target. He got back to a nice position, but he got stuck between 2 choices. Fallen, I want to see that POV, because he just flicked from Ivy back to bomb site. 2 kills that win the round. Man, FURIA, never play default again. Just keep going for these fast outer hits. Like it's 2017. Entries from KSCERATO, entries from Fallen, rounds for FURIA.
I also do think that's where yuurih deciding not to take that fight earlier actually has big implications. It made the site feel really claustrophobic. You know, they'd largely conceded Ivy. xertioN had to go back to watch for any type of spillover. That took resources away from the hold over at main and Pop Dog. And so it felt a little bit strung out, and everyone felt very, very boxed in, unsure on where that next contact was coming from. Let's see this again from Fallen. Ooh, just lovely stuff. And it is sick seeing him, you know, not just calling great games, not just making FURIA a team up for title contenders, trophy contenders. But it's a story that's incredibly unique to Counter-Strike, right? The type of longevity he's had, 2 decades spent enamored with Counter-Strike. It's 2025, and we're talking about Fallen on one of the best teams in the world again.
Well, #1 ranked team in the world at the moment. off of their recent success, after their win at Thunderpick, trophy at Fisher. And I mean, FURIA right there. Remember when this was 10-7 and FURIA won a 4-spy round? And now we're back on. Can MOUZ stop this pace? Again, good grenades. Spinks has been stellar in this game, but he might be called upon again in a B-hold. torshi always here in time. Too late.
You nearly caught with a util out. They start to close in on him. Him and torshi get away with kills.
No.
And Molodoi out in the open. KSCERATO dead after one. And this just all falls apart for FURIA. After this real, digging their heels in, trying to pull this game back and make something happen, they leave it to that B push. And it just leaves you wanting in so many ways. Weird move for Molodoi, caught out in the open on the sprint out from heaven. And you were touting just how good Spinks has looked here, some of the games he's had, thinking back to that Vitality one. He delivers an important double kill here, looking to find match and semi-final point for MOUZ. It's yuurih left up in a 1-on-3. He thinks he's being tricky with it, but because he's been missing for so long, you have to consider every option, every opportunity. Jimmy's got eyes on the back lines, and yuurih surely dead.
Oh, yeah.
MOUZ have got themselves 2 chances to close out this game.
Yeah, semi-final point here for MOUZ. Back to another playoffs, back to another top 4. Looking for a trophy here in Chengdu. No doubt about it. It is open right now. 4 teams very much in the conversation at bare minimum. And we lock in more later on, with Spirit and Mongols fighting for a final spot in those playoffs as well. Who's it gonna be? Fallen's on the pistol, Molodoi's on the orb. And yuurih waits at Ivy again. Jimmy wants nothing to do with it. You'll notice torshi starting over in the pop dog. A lot more pressure on Ivy this time, but that's why you're happy you have rifles here who are willing to fight back. Jimmy, scary, but still maintains the position. Spinks extremely passive on B again.
Yeah, well, that's because he's been left to solo hold it this time. And, we all remember that round where he got ran at solo and they had to commit to the save straight away.
And the retakes have been really good. Plus, torshi's not there to rotate, right? Because he's down in the pop dog. So it's going to be xertioN instead assisting. But MOUZ's retakes have been solid on this B-bomb site. That's when it's even come to bomb plants.
torshi's AWP starts things off in the pop, but they throw his aim off with the jump across. That's Fallen with a little trick to displace the AWPer, and now you've pressured Pop. You put pressure Ivy at the start of the round. That maintains the AAA hold. Rotates are a long way away. It's going to come down to getting past Spinks and xertioN.
Molodoi is so far away. Are they really committing the bomb here, or is it going to go back to A? You think it's a fake right now. Fallen comes through. yuurih with the entry, but turning on a dime is xertioN. Molodoi's A pick opens up this round. They're taking the site.
Into this 3-on-3. A lot of damage done onto MOUZ.
They fell for it.
Don't need to save here. They've got money, thanks to their saves earlier on. And if anything, that's what you can say about that decision to save in the 4v5.
Surely
it leaves
not.
the option to go for this round open, so I really hope they do.
Oh, this is a long rotation from old torshi here. To walk this would be ridiculous. But if Jimmy dies straight away, the round just falls apart. It's gone. No chance. 1v3, and you don't want to save, but you're not going to win this. FURIA, the fake that works wonders. yuurih's entry out B goes so far in that round.
A convoluted round, sure, but very well called from Fallen. We talk about the mind games. He kind of gave them enough info to really make that look like a B hit on the back of an A fake earlier in the round, only to recommit into A.
Yeah, I mean, that's, they even missed a Molotov there on the B-bomb site. Would have burned out the player at Thomas, but it didn't matter. Even though xertioN is still able to get both kills on the B site, stop that rush. With Spinks dead immediately, MOUZ panic rotate. And FURIA find the gap. It's come down to this. Overtime, we finish it here. FURIA's final timeout of regulation, absolutely worth using to make sure all their ducks are in a row. MOUZ have been struggling to close this game. They've had the lead for some time. 10-7 initially. A series of saves for MOUZ in this CT side. Rounds they feel like they can't go for.
See Fallen being very, very vocal on the back of the TAC timeout. He was able to provide the answers in the one prior. You get a little nervous if you're MOUZ heading into this one with a timeout ahead of it. What does that mean? What does Fallen intend to do? What's he going to call? Spam into main. yuurih really lucky he doesn't go down there. Just having an extra player on the board matters a hell of a lot this late into the game.
Oh.
Looking for overtime. They play fast out through pop. It's contact. util only just coming in now. Brolin and Torshi get away with kills. They're going to start burning Brolin, but he read that pre-extinguished yuurih smoke spam in. Torshi's all back of the site. Jimmy on the secondary AWP. And Spinks a ways away, but can come in on a pop flank.
He could have punished.
MOUZ ready to receive. yuurih slipping in through Olaf, as Spinks has made this decision to commit to the big wrap.
Won't expect this. If FURIA take too long, they're going to die to the flank. Spinks might just end this series here and now.
Yeah, especially because it's so fast, it's so early. This guy has been entrenched. He has been hard anchoring over towards B. You've seen nothing of the sort that would speak to this flank. 40 seconds left in the round, but maybe only seconds remaining for FURIA.
So Spinks.
yuurih watching for this. Molodoy's just gotten out of the danger zone. yuurih needs to hit this. yuurih has to, and he will! Wrap round red! And now 2 AWPs to try and stop this from going to extra time. yuurih's been spotted. Molly burns him out!
Bomb.
That's the bomb dropped! This could be a disaster for FURIA. They've got to move quickly here.
How do you get past this AWP?
Torshi posted, no util to get him off the line. They commit to the plant. yuurih's got him boxed in, and a taste of his own medicine as Torshi's found in that corner at main. Jimmy AWP, the only hope to stop FURIA from dragging this into extra time. They'll get it done.
They have no right to win that round. Absolutely no right. yuurih, the brain in his head bulging, reading the flank of Spinks in the last possible second. And still they find a way. A missed shot for Torshi, a missed chance for Jimmy. You never see this guy AWP. And FURIA go all the way. 10-7 into overtime.
And dude, for Molodoy, the guy that was begging for more energy on map 1 to now be standing to his feet, addressing the crowd, trying to hype him up. FURIA find an extra gear just in time. Out towards the Ivy control. You see yuurih there, that's par for the course, but Fallen, and even more in tow for FURIA. That's unexpected.
Not seen an Ivy rush in all 24 rounds of this game, but FURIA throw it into overtime, and well, they meet reality. MOUZ with multiple players in position, punish. Oh, what? How? KSCERATO, sickening double, and just like that, MOUZ in trouble, 2-on-4. Flips on its head. This was done.
Spinks again going to leave it to making some moves in the mid-round, trying to keep them guessing. When you hit tab, you see he's still alive. You know Spinks, usually that B player. They're holding on for this. They're waiting for this. Surely Spinks on one of these crazy pushes can't get red again. yuurih is just stalwart and holding this. He does not believe. And Spinks on the swing! Not an easy round, far from it. Did not have the element of surprise. He had to earn that clutch.
Yeah, you like KSCERATO's double up? Well, Spinks succeeds. He excels. He goes one step further, delivers MOUZ around.
I mean, this guy is just in fantastic form.
After this, in a 2v4, double headshot. And Spinks converts a spray on 2 waiting players. These are some of the best Counter-Strike players in the world. Right now they're showing it.
What?
If only you just saw the entry that Molodoi found.
That's ridiculous.
That's out of this
I mean,
world.
everyone's just trying to hit their best possible shots in OT. They banked it all up. Here it is on the replay. What? Torshi knocked out. And so that's one way for the AWP head-to-head to take place. Torshi left looking on from the sidelines in this second round of OT.
Yeah, but entries mean nothing. 5v4s have not mattered. yuurih walks through the smoke. Brolin punished. 5v3. Still 2 players at this B bomb site. FURIA might feel like they've got this round in the bag, but Spinks is still alive, not for long. xertioN alone in this B bomb site, but they can read it. He is that fast rotation. He is often here. The bomb runs away.
Oh, he's found a bit of a golden gap, though, sneaking in around them at ramp.
Why is he flanking Molodoi? He could go for the bomb.
He heard them leaving as well.
Yeah,
he knows at most this is 1 kill.
Doesn't feel worth it, losing his timing to flank on this play. And now he's completely out of position, out of hope.
And they know where he is, so he kind of loses all initiative from that.
Yeah, it really doesn't feel worth it there.
I guess maybe just never intended to go for the round win.
Now he might.
Yeah, FURIA, they were fully writing this off. They thought they'd done it, but that 1 kill out of xertioN is enough to regain his interest.
Bomb is backside.
Not planted for him.
Oh yeah, but he doesn't know. And so he will give it up. Saving the AK is valuable in and of itself, but really would have liked him to see that hot dog flank. Instead, FURIA, another explosive round. They've just been full of them. yuurih walking through a smoke in main, finding a double kill, and Molodoi's entry on Torshi, who never wanted the smoke. What a chaotic match of Counter-Strike. And just look at the difference of these teams. We mentioned it earlier. We mentioned our expectations of pace, but they've really exceeded it. MOUZ went for slow, cruel, execute rounds, last-second B hits, convoluted 2-site fakes. FURIA's best rounds have been when they just walk out of pop or walk out of main with no flashbangs, completely catching MOUZ by surprise.
Oh, here's one of these old-school yuurih early Olaf pushes. Something MOUZ apparently are more than ready for.
Yeah.
Likely been waiting him to attempt that throughout this entire game. And so a 5v4 delivered early, but you said it in the last. They haven't really always come to feel consequential.
No.
yuurih on the spam.
What a check.
And that is not how you want to lose your top performer.
Look at Molodoi's camera from his POV. It's because he's been smashing his table all BO3 long. Still finds that kill as well. FURIA sit back and relax. Slumped like KSCERATO. Waiting for the next play. Ooh, no flick today. Torshi will match Molodoi. 3-on-3, he hears them out.
Yeah. Here's all 3 moving in through Heaven as well. It's great info to have. He can pick and choose his moment to strike very carefully. That's KSCERATO removed. xertioN, nearly the lineup. It's left on a yuurih to clutch here.
It's got time.
The backstab is close, but does Jimmy commit to this? No, he's wrapping around over towards Heaven. That gives yuurih time to get the bomb planted, but now it's down to whether or not he's got the read.
Oh.
And shot from the Torshi AWP. But yuurih doesn't know about that Heaven wrap round. Jimmy plays it safe. And MOUZ win out this first half of overtime, denying that yuurih 1v2.
Yeah, smart move from Jimmy there, just to go all the way around. It's the last place you're going to be checking. And again, similar to even Spinks' timing on the big flank on A main in the last round of regulation, it's just so far, you'd think it's too far. xertioN with a very important double there in what has been a quieter third map than what he's shown us in the rest of the series. Coming alive in overtime. MOUZ with a lead, call their 1 timeout.
I mean, are you ready for the kind of tonal whiplash between these T sides?
Sure.
Because it's about to feel very, very different.
I'm a big player,
boys.
Lotan.
Sick though, it's sick.
Lotan, I swear, it's like B got above this game, bro. You are
How did
farming,
you
bro.
see
I
him?
can't be, I'm farming, bro.
MOUZ maintaining the good vibes. They often have.
Yeah, they've been high energy the whole time, you know, from round one of the series. And that energy is kept up.
Can FURIA stay in it is the question now. Down in a round onto the CT side. It was split in regulation. It is well and truly anyone's game. But from fast pace and contact plays to slow executes and fakes, MOUZ's T side in no hurry.
Bit of stubbornness here from Molodoy as he hangs around on the angle.
Oh.
Spam connects, bringing him down low.
Give it another go.
Departed exertion. Could be onto something here.
Shooting the wrong window there, sadly. Would have had it second time around. Molodoy unwavering.
I really don't think you'd believe he's still here.
Molly.
And he's faked the molly and pop. Really trying to sell the idea the AWP has left.
Peek me.
Molodoy wants to earn this opener.
I want you to peek me. But Spinks is never known to be fast. He takes his sweet time.
Pressure's going to fall to KSCERATO. He's bearing most of the responsibility on this round. You'd love this opener to come through, and Molodoy hits it on that jiggle. Now space taken out towards Ivy, but it's known about by FURIA. Fallen has them on a leash. 2 quick kills. Why not make it a third? Fallen is standing tall for FURIA as only exertion remains, and not for long. They'll tie it up.
Round of applause for Fallen again. His rifling, he's still got years on him. 3 kills on his own. Turret mode in the bomb site.
A very, very real possibility. You know, you're going to be watching 40-year-old Fallen in the future. Still got it in a big way.
I mean, he is out fragging everyone but Molodoy. He is on par with Yakinda. 14 apiece. Let's keep this going.
It has just rejuvenated him, both having a team around him that he really believes in, is getting the results in, but also having to adapt to a new role. It feels like it's given him something to aim for.
I mean, this would just be I feel like a massive choke for MOUZ if they lose this game, but FURIA have been earning every step of the way in this second half into overtime. Missed shot from Molodoy. Not been a common sentence or occurrence. Jimpat finds that Ivy presence.
Yeah, you feel a lot more freedom across the map with that AWP gone. Can't drive it home enough. Molodoy, the type of AWP you feel hesitant, even jiggling, even jumping on corners, trying to offset the aim. He's so quick at it, and so it buys you a lot of room. There's a triple B stack here for FURIA.
This is too much for Fallen, surely. He doesn't know they've walked out.
They're already in. And so he's just going to die. Nothing done. 5 on 3. And MOUZ own A.
That is match points. No ifs, ands, or buts. FURIA can try it out. Attempt the 3v5. They've certainly got the money. But it's rounds like these where you could honestly make the argument that the AK save is worth its weight in gold. More utility thrown at FURIA as they poach around the edge of the map. Did MOUZ give them anything? It just doesn't look like it. KSCERATO hanging around for an upgrade. That is his prerogative. As MOUZ move on to semi-final point.
Yeah, can they do it at the 3rd time of asking? Right, they had 2 chances back in regulation, couldn't get it over the line. FURIA able to drag us into overtime. Will it happen again? You've got even less room to maneuver here. You've got to call the perfect round. FURIA even punctuate this one with their timeout. And so this is it, you know, for Brolin and xertioN, if you've been holding on to something, if you've kept something in the back pocket, this is where you bring it out.
I feel like you would have already, but yeah, you've got to dig deep at this point in the game. 15-14.
If one thing's clear, you know, and if there's one thing you know, it's that you will have a chance somewhere on the map to fight Molodoy. He's very proactive, he's gonna make his move, he's gonna call his shot, and it's weighted super heavily. Now you have him a little frustrated, he gives up that kill that leads to the round loss. from frustration, Molyneux, not the type of player to get quieter. I think if anything, it's going to spur him on to try more.
Oh, God.
And so with that, you know, risks will be taken, moves will be made. Can you find the Molyneux AWP in the opening stages of this round?
A lot of emotions being shown, but can he put them to use? Bringing this AWP up to B upper in round 30. And look at MOUZ, they are all here. 4 out of 5 players starting on this side of the map. Jimmy lurking main.
I mean, they've actually gone back to what they were doing in regulation. The lurk smoke out of A, but here's the fight. Here's the chance. Molyneux AWP on the line. Spinks taken out first.
Doesn't tell you a whole lot. You don't know that MOUZ are all here, right? Spinks is the guy who will be in this position regardless. But going for a move like that so early does make you question it. Is there more in store from MOUZ? 4 on 5 again. From the back foot, MOUZ must fight on and try and close this series now.
You've lost in many ways. What is your closer? This would be a great time for your openers to do something. torchie, xertioN, you're looking at them to try and be difference makers in this 4v5.
Rotate from yuurih as well timed, supporting yuurih. No one's going to move from this point, FURIA, until they have confirmation. They are stuck in the mud, feet grounded in a 5v4.
Util in. It should be abundantly clear where this one's aiming for. yuurih up at heaven. Only the one
no.
as they spill over in a B. It's left at this, a 3-on-3. A retake for FURIA, and they're blocked off from this rotate. torchie holding on to the back. KSCERATO, if he gets this one away.
No way,
It's a fake thing, not the real deal. KSCERATO thinks he's low on health. torchie's still in fighting form. What? Second swing and a miss for torchie. Meanwhile, the rest of FURIA trying to work their way out through connector. This fight matters a hell of a lot. And they just can't find him.
It's too far gone.
KSCERATO is low, 1v2. And Brolin 3 kills deep on aggression. The captain is looking to bring it home. Looking to bring MOUZ into those semis. Brolin seals the deal. And after a grueling best of 3, semi-final secured for the MOUZ squad at the hands of their captain.
That is a devastating game to lose for FURIA. They pulled it all the way back. They came from a map down, from many rounds down in the finale. Even the overpass seemed unlikely, but MOUZ have grit. They stay in it. They never give up. And Brolin carries them through in the